to say goodbye
We're live,
to
buddy.
yesterday.
Wow. We are live. Good morning. Welcome to the Extreme, the Mando Morning edition. Pretty slick start, hey? Thank you, everyone who's here. I want to first of all thank Dee in the house. We have Buddy the Dinosaur.
Yo, the singing dino.
The singing dino. Just as we hit the button. Perfect timing. And we got Michael. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everybody. How's it going?
How we doing?
I'm fantastic. You?
I'm pretty hyped. I loved it. We're going to jump right into that in a second. Yeah, I'm good. Can't complain. How's the dinosaur?
I'm good. You know, rough and scaly, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so we just watched. You saw it twice already. That's a dedication.
Buddy.
Just watched The Mandalorian. Who am I going to put in the hot seat first here? I like to go with the. Let's figure out the score, roughly, and then we're going to sort of work through, in a semi-spoilery way, why we feel that way about it. So then I'll start with Michael. We haven't talked yet.
What's up? My score for this one, 9. Just flat 9 right now.
Nice.
Best one of the series yet.
Cool. Yeah.
And your reasons for?
Oh no, we're going to work.
Oh, we're going to work through that. We're just doing the scores.
We're going to open with this, let's set a bit of a tone, and then we can back that up however we want.
Okay.
All opinions are welcome here. What do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
I only saw it once.
That's more than enough.
No, it's not. It was so good. I really want to see it again, but oh gosh.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, go,
What's
buddy.
yours?
I'm gonna go 8.5.
Nice. Coming from you, that's
That is high praise, sir.
Yeah.
From you, that's like a 10 or an 11. I'm giving it a 9 too. I loved it. It was really, really fun. And I'm feeling so good about Star Wars and the universe in general today. It's been an exciting day. We'll get to that after we talk about the episode. But yeah, what a good time. Who wants to start?
Well, no, I concur. A 9, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, I'm going to just open with, you've got tons of Bill Burr. Right there, that's a huge win.
That's my one down in capitals on my notes down here. Bill Burr is gold.
Yep. No, love that.
Yes.
So yeah, guys, we're going to do spoilers. Want to do plot? A little bit?
It's hard to talk about it without talking about what's going on. And
you can't do this without spoilers. Otherwise, you're just saying, well, there was a thing, and they did a thing, and then there was a thing, and then they did some other things, and then we're like, huh?
No, true.
I watched. It was cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we start. So this is The Believer, and Buddy's our resident writer and deep thinking dinosaur. So why'd they call it The Believer?
Because of Bill Burr.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Because he's the believer in a believer in what?
He's a believer in people. He's a believer in in them doing some good and for good being done. I mean, the whole thing was he just betrayed. Everybody thought that he was just a pure criminal and he had no, ulterior motive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's why, that's what what he was doing was what he did here. He wanted to stop the Empire, not help them. Gotcha. And the whole thing is they thought he was a believer, that he was, all for the Empire, and it turns out he's not.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I want to say good morning, Tombstone, a new person. You want to keep?
Hey, Tombstone.
Yeah. Welcome. Comment away. Let us know what you thought about whatever. All right. So.
Michael's opinion.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. What do you want to ask?
I don't know what his thoughts were.
Yep.
We got that. Okay, you said a 9. So why did you think it was a 9?
Why did I think it was a 9?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There are a couple of criticisms that knocked it down to a 9, but but overall, Boba Fett taking the time to repaint. Loved that reveal.
What was it?
Lord, just seeing so
Hold
much
on.
like.
What was it? Just me who thought that it almost looked like fixing up an old car. Like
Mhm.
it wasn't like shiny. It actually like it's like your '67 Chevelle with like like a little spot primer, but it's not quite shiny and it's sort of more like a
It had a
rattle
nice
cans.
matte finish.
Exactly. Yeah, and we've never seen that before.
Well, it's like in Jedi, he was kind of proud to have like the scars and stuff like that on it. He wore those as like a badge of this is what I've walked through. And here he gets to kind of start it all over again.
Yep. Yeah, that was it was so badass. I can't wait to watch it again. Like because we've never had like the camera angles on him sort of up in the cockpit. Never been done before. So much Slave One.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
The rotary passenger compartment for when the ship reorients. It's got that gyro orientation compartment in it. I did not even think of that, and then throwing that in there was just like, oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have we seen that in the past? Right.
Small scale like the B-wing, but other than that, no.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, they have it in actual spacecraft, but no, we haven't seen it.
Yeah, actually, I meant in universe. I mean, we were we were playing with the B-wing Lego last night,
Yes.
right? And you're like, I was showing you how that thing rotates.
Yes.
There's two, that big long arm, and then the little stabilizers go.
Yes.
And damn it, I don't have the Slave One Lego. I think it does that,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think we've had this on camera before.
No.
So pretty damn cool.
This is why we need boys or men even.
Okay, let's go.
I
Let's go
would
right.
never even think about the technical aspect of that. Maybe that's just me. I don't know, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
Hey there, Tombstone. I think you can tell we all really enjoyed the show as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we
So-
did.
Let's run with that for a minute and we'll get back to it. But tell me, so this is a new thing, part of Phantom Menace, part of Comicsgate. It's called and again, it's an arbitrary number. It's called the 5%. It could be the 25. It doesn't really matter. But when you just said, this is why we need boys,
Or men. Sorry.
well,
Men.
I'll take what I can get.
Okay.
But, okay, what do you mean?
Well, you
That's-
just bring
People
a
with
new
penises.
perspective. Well,
Okay,
no,
yeah.
they bring a new perspective to, like, I already thoroughly enjoyed it for my own enjoyment, the way I think, but I would never think about, maybe it's just like the camera angle, this, that, the technical aspect of it.
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? That's cool. I'm going to really look for that when I watch it again, because I'm going to watch it again at least 2 more times, because there's only 1 episode left, and that makes me really sad. And
Mhm.
I'm really, really loving it, enjoying it. It's just like good old fashioned, I don't know, movies, TV show. It's fantastic.
It's John Wayne in space.
I know, right?
Kinda.
The man with no name kind of thing going on. I like it.
Yeah, it's I want to say to anybody who didn't catch, on a previous show we did last year, I was ready to roast season 1, episode 1 of Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought this is going to suck for so many reasons, but we agreed beforehand to just give it a fair shake.
Mhm.
And forgive me if I repeated this last week, but I didn't go in as a fanboy. I went in as a critic, especially after the movies, and I just keep getting surprised every single time by how much fun it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're sitting here. I mean, if only we could actually do watch-alongs, like
Yes.
we just did an hour and a half ago,
Yes.
and like you're giggling and I'm giggling and
I wish we could do a reaction. Yes.
buddy growling like a dinosaur. I don't know, but it was
It was so fantastic.
yeah.
Yes. So you could
Yeah,
actually,
Mandalorian is earning back so much goodwill, and I hope the people that are directly involved with this are more directly involved with the extended stuff that just got announced today.
oh
Yeah.
god.
Well, I mean, these directors are putting on some of these what is this Famuyiwa?
This is it's Rick.
Famuyiwa?
Yeah, he's the big tall, the black guy who did the I think the best episode from season 1. And
Well, he did it again. Then I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
this is to me like I liked the Ahsoka episode story wise the best because you could see Filoni all in that. Filoni's a writer; he's not a director; he's a writer, and so that was very symbolic. It had a lot of illogism. It had a lot of like deep encrusted kind of lore, and not really lore, but just like ideology. You know what I mean? That you had to look for. This is you don't have to look for this. This is not. This is shown in a different way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of heart.
Yep.
Yeah, see, yeah, exactly, Michael. I was giggling at that what Tombstone just said about the horrible sequels.
Mhm.
Yes, no, it's fantastic. It's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, this is I could probably like, especially if I tell him it's Gunsmoke in space, I could probably get my dad to watch this.
Right.
That's interesting. Do you want to? We've talked about that over the while that Star Wars. This stuff matters because it's a connection between generations of. I don't want to say men, but
No,
in fact, I won't say men.
you can't.
But
You can't. I'm here.
Oh, no. We
And
literally-
dinosaurs.
Hey, like we had a discussion just a few hours ago, nothing to do with the show or with anything. It just came up and it was like, hey, what'd your daughters think of this, that? And it was a connection and it kind of got lost. And I think I would blame the sequel trilogy, but we don't do that on this show. But
No.
but as a reality, and Buddy lost his connection, his Star Wars connection with his dad.
Hmm.
And likewise for me and my 2 kids, boys.
Yeah.
But when Buddy says, if you told your dad it was Gunsmoke in space, you wouldn't be lying. And that's a hell of a good pitch because it's kind of what this is.
It is. It's fantastic. And that little bit of John Wayne connection is just like, I don't know, too much to resist. It's so cool.
Yeah, plus, it's funny. None of us is so clever that we just thought of that. That's, I'm sure, how they pitched it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Like his spurs jingled Boba Fett, I mean, in the episode last season to hint that he's coming and to have spurs in the first place. This goes back 40 plus years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he is.
Yes, definitely.
But they're articulating the whole concept so damn well.
Yeah, listen close to the ADR and Empire, and when he's walking through the hallways of Cloud City, he's definitely got that spur going. It's just kind of a weird little quirk that they decided to add on at the last second. They just thought it was cool. And being able to call that back 40 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you could see how, like, with the spurs and the way that, I mean, he has the rifle, which might as well be like a Remington, right? I mean, that might as well be like a Winchester or Remington or something. And so he looks at, you look at his character. He's a space cowboy. That's what they saw. They said, this is a cult of space cowboys.
Yep.
That wear special armor. And, and then they just kind of rolled with it.
Mm-hmm.
And,
On a steel droid I ride.
yeah. And then, like dun 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 dun. But yeah, in as far as like the series, I could easily see that they're like, yeah, it's like Gunsmoke in space, which is what the reason why I say that is because Gunsmoke was sometimes rough and tumble and it had fight scenes and it was actiony, and then sometimes it was just a pure character piece all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they had to do that because I mean they really only had like 3 sets. They had house and town and brothel, or like, and so we have kind of that. We're expanding a bit. I can kind of see that they probably, especially based on the announcements that we had today, I would say that they have spent a lot of money that was probably earmarked for quote unquote the universe on a lot of that. And that's where some of the budget for Mandalorian is gone. Because, Disney, like, overall, I mean, I don't want to get too much into it, but Disney's lost a ton of money on the parks and everything. That used to be their big money maker. And I think it's down like a third or something. I mean, it's some huge amount that they're down. It's big, like multiple billions of dollars. So they have to find a new revenue stream.
Yes.
They got to get back the core the core audience that they alienated, quite frankly, over the past 10 years.
Yeah, and I think what they're going for, I think what you're going to see is toys.
Oh, wait, hold that. That's interesting. I disagree, but when you said they've got to find a new revenue stream, I think they've found it as of today. I think they're money from here on out.
Look at all the new troopers they're bringing in, all the new vehicles, all the new. We put in a new planet now.
Mhm.
No, this guy right
And
here.
now we've got
Rogue One.
10 or 11 like new series or something, right? Like new projects, movies, shows, animation, the gamut.
So if somebody has the breakdown of that, we can talk about that for a bit. But as far as I know, I think there's 9 things that are officially going to happen going forward for Star Wars, and then a Marvel. I didn't even have time to catch up on that, but
Yeah, I've just got that spread picture for the Marvel stuff.
I can
Other
bring it up.
things,
Hang on, in fact, yeah, you
specifically Star Wars.
talk amongst yourself. I'm going to bring up the. It's like the Kathleen Kennedy screen, right?
Yeah.
10 Star Wars related things
Yeah,
coming
see,
up.
so there's 10 different. So think about that, because Mandalorian toys are selling.
Mhm.
They've already, there's
Mhm.
been several articles where the Mandalorian toys are selling, whereas the sequel toys did not. That is a huge amount of revenue they stand to gain.
Well,
Here,
and don't get me wrong, it's like you've seen it for yourselves that they have to give us the old with the new in order to even try to sell the new.
Yeah.
And the Mandalorian hasn't dived into the new. All they've done is like when they're doing callbacks and things like that, they're calling back to the old, and that's what's keeping that core audience coming back at it.
It's like a
And that
landmine.
audience is growing. Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
do you think are people going to buy new toys based on the new things, or do we not have like about 100 different kinds of clone trooper, stormtrooper?
No, seriously, I went to the Disney store a couple of weeks ago,
Mhm.
just looking for cute little teas or something like that. And I'm serious, all these moms with their kids,
Mhm.
boys and girls and whatnot. But yeah, the moms were out shopping. The dads were, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, but yeah, no, the Mandalorian stuff, the Star Wars, not like old school. They wanted Baby Yoda. They wanted Mando. It was crazy how I couldn't find anything. You know, it was just flying off the shelf.
I bet you could find a Ray t-shirt. I bet those were abundant.
Tons, yeah.
No, it was hard to find any. There was zero Gina.
Oh well, okay. There should be more.
Anyways, it was flying off the shelves. It was very limited stock because it was just, and I like shopping old school, actually going to the store rather than online.
Mm.
And but it was really exciting being in the Disney store and seeing how that was, honest to God, the most popular category out of everything going on was Mandalorian.
Yeah, of course.
It wasn't even old school Star Wars or whatever. It's Mandalorian. It was all about that.
Let's look at these ones from the from the top. So, Children of Blood and Bone. No one knows what it is, right?
I have no earthly concept of what that's centered around now.
Okay, yeah. But by the way, it's not Star Wars, so don't know, don't care. I suppose, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So next is what is Visions?
That's
Okay.
Marvel, isn't it?
No. Visions. This is the Star Wars page for this one. Visions is going to be one-shot anime episodes from Japanese directors.
Holy shit! I heard a rumor about that. So they're going to go full on Japanese style with Japanese directors, right?
Yeah, full weeaboo Star Wars. Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow. I think Buddy's probably the most knowledgeable manga anime person here. What do you think about that, man?
Well, I mean, you're screwed because I'm not very I'm not very educated in that.
More than me.
He's that, then I should have made a Lone Wolf and Cub reference instead of Man with No Name.
Well, hey, we all know that one though.
I mean, I think it's interesting. You know, I mean, it's obviously what they're trying to do is break into a different market, or get, you know, they're saying, hey, we're going to dip our toes into this. Do you guys like this? Because obviously, like anime and manga is way bigger than cartoons and comic books.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even close. What's funny is they do, like in all the sales for graphic novels and everything, they always include manga so that it looks bigger than it really is.
Yeah, I've seen those reports, and it just looks bad when they do that.
Because they're like, no, look, see, we sold 200,000 too, but then you go over to Japan and like that same book sold like 4 million.
Mhm.
So yeah, but yeah, I mean that's cool. That's really all I don't think there was anything else on it, is there? I mean, we don't know, like, because in Japan, what really it's all about is like, and is usually the best artists go to specific studios. And like, I mean, sometimes there are like up and coming studios that come out of nowhere, but most of the time it's like people wait. It's almost like a team, like a football team. Like, this is my team, and they wait for the next season for that team to come out with the newest anime. Because normally the anime come from a light novel or a manga. It's sort of like a progression. like college. It goes from like high school would be like a light novel, right? And then you follow them in college, like a player, to you follow them where they go to college, and then they come out finally in the NFL, and they follow them there as well. And that would be more like an anime. But anyways, we don't, as far as I know, we don't know what studios are involved, or what artists, or what. So the familiarity of that, or what it means, who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised if they were trying to form their own like Disney East kind of division here to do that.
Ooh.
Yeah. So anyone caught anything? Is it going to be new stories, or are they going to give us anime versions of, say, A New Hope or something?
I think they're going to pull from Legends because it's already there.
Yeah. They're
going to pull from Legends and not pay those guys a thing. They're going to change just enough so they don't have to pay any of them.
Oh, damn it. You know what? I was going to say, it's like, no, they wouldn't do that. But then everybody caught Alan Dean Foster is out hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah. And that was the first EU novel back in 1978.
Well, I mean, isn't Thrawn all Legends?
Yeah, everything from Thrawn is Legends. Yeah, that was Timothy Zahn.
So
Alan
all
Dean
of that
Foster.
stuff.
He wrote the novelization for A New Hope, and then like immediately before, like they knew Star Wars was going to be big, George kind of like hedged his bets and made a sequel in a book, and had Alan Dean Foster write it, called Splinter of the Mind's Eye.
Yeah, you're totally.
Yeah, that's why we're here. Yeah, it's true.
What are you staring at it? That's I feel like you're staring at it.
It's right there.
Told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interestingly, it actually you can't find the first editions anymore because they had to recall them after Lucas started doing the script for Empire. Because within Splinter of the Mind's Eye, there was actually a kind of fade to black love scene between Luke and Leia.
Oh my!
Wow,
My brother still has his copy.
Wow.
We're not on. Do you want to? I don't want to be
Do you want me to run over and grab
a
it?
taskmaster.
Kind of reminds me of. I don't know why it reminds me of it, because it's not very similar. But like the first Dungeons and Dragons deities and demigods, when they came out with all the different gods, the very first edition that they came out with, before they got permission, they got the gods from Melnibone, Elric of Melnibone. Is it Morcock?
Oh.
I can't pronounce the names, man.
But
Spell it.
yeah. Well, I think it's. Hold on. Somebody talk while we're doing it. Don't just leave like empty space. But
Yeah. Well, also like in the first Fiend Folio, it was like full on nudity in those, and like, of course, parents were using that as an angle to freak out about the satanic panic on D&D.
yeah, I was right. Michael Moorcock. Yeah, that's what I thought. But the whole thing was they didn't get permission to do it. TSR at the time didn't get permission to do it, and they just did it. And then he came back and said no. So they had to remove it. But I actually have the edition with his inclusion in it. It was funny because I got it at like a pawn shop for like $3.
Oh shit!
Wow.
That's like picking up Final Fantasy 1 at that video game store.
Yeah. Oh, Final Fantasy 1. Oh, there's his.
So found it. Yep. And the other one's supposed to be right here, but I have teenagers, so what are you gonna do? This would be the 77 Alan Dean Foster original.
Wow.
And this is Delray Valentine, 1970. So this is cool. This is 1976 by the Star Wars Corporation. So like these are the dates.
Wow.
And you can see I've read this.
Came out right before the movie did. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how much?
Oh, just what it looks like. Yeah, I've read this.
How many times you've read it?
Well, this, lots of times, enough times.
Why is there a divided permutation in the middle? Is that where?
I wanted to check that out.
Let me show you guys. And this is cool. So back when you're, a little kid, you see a movie, you can't go online to check out stuff. So really good novels, and again, Valentine. So and it's full color plates in the middle. So
and the really good ones had like photo quality paper in the middle for that. Yeah.
And that's what this is. So to me, I mean, there's, you get to this part, and you can refer to the middle plates, and it's got things that are just beautiful. Like,
that's Stormtrooper.
Look at this. You have like a dewback and a trooper, because when you got something, a movie hasn't even come out yet, so the people who put together the book don't know what the significance of this is. They just think it's that.
Is that the weird piranha thing that like they were writing in the first episode of what you call it, of Mandalorian?
This is a dewback, man. This is the big lizard.
Not the same creature.
Okay, well it's got to be a throwback to that exact picture, because it's pretty much that exact same angle they have in one of the first episodes of Mandalorian where he's riding the piranha.
So those guys, I forget the name. Those guys had like, I think 2 legs.
Blurgs. Those were blurgs, and they're native to some planet that like they named a gun after. There's a Blurg Mark II pistol that's really popular.
Weren't they in the Transformers the movie?
Blur?
No, not Blur. That was voiced by the Micro Machines guy.
No. I mean, remember they had like the robotic piranhas in the water?
Oh yeah, shit, yeah.
I
forgot about that.
They look just like them.
Okay. Nice.
This is the kind of information you get on this weird show.
This is
This
why
is where we flex our geek.
Yeah, we're here to flex. This is what we need. Okay, so let's go on to the next show here. I could probably find a better screen on this. What do we know about the Rangers of the New Republic? I don't know.
That is the Cara Dune show.
Oh, fill us in, man.
on.
I know nothing about it.
Go ahead.
I've only got limited details, but that will be the Gina Carano vehicle, the spinoff for Mandalorian. I don't know if it's going to be prequel to the Mandalorian, like telling her story of how she ended up where she ended up on that backwater planet where he met her, or if it's going to be now that she's a marshal, her continuing adventures. Could be a bit of both, honestly.
And as far as you know, is she the star of that? Is that her vehicle?
To my knowledge, yes. She's the big name going into it. She's the one that's earned the clout at this point, and the name they'll probably push forward. I guarantee they'll put in other good character actors in there with her, but
this is
centered on her.
Oh, I just realized what this is.
What's that?
This is the new basically this is the new Disney Channel. Like Disney, remember forever they've had almost like a factory, right? Where like they find kids and they're just super talented, and they put these kids, like iCarly kind of thing, or Wizards of Waverly Place, the Jonas Brothers. This is that. This is that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is Ranger Zach and Cody? Is that what you're telling me?
That's what. I mean, it's a bit of it's a bit of an upgrade. I hope at least.
I think so. Yeah.
but that's what this is. If you think about it, like they're just taking their assets that are already there, and they're like, okay, we're gonna find people that we think need a shot, or that that we think are really good. And Disney's got probably one of the best talent finding groups ever.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you spelled that. What are they called?
Shark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally.
Good on you. That's
Come to think of it, there's a commenter over on EVS's channel named Snarkticon DM, and now that I'm thinking about it, that's who he named himself after, is those things.
Yeah.
God, we're dorks. I know that. I've talked.
What's hilarious about this conversation? It's just kind of it's serendipity, right? I was actually I was listening to a podcast by a marine biologist, and she was discussing the different medicinal uses that they use sharks for, and people are always ask her because of the movie Deep Blue if, she's like, can you use their brains to cure Alzheimer's? And she's like, no.
Stop that.
It's very.
It's a fair question. Totally fair. Okay, let's move.
That's where that strange surfactant article came from. That's where. Remember, I was reading, and it was like polyfacial multimolecules in the face of obscure something.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody goes, "Okay, shut up. We're miso. We're going back to."
I was staring at you because your mouth broke for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I like Buddy smile.
Oh, it's the funniest thing.
It's the best.
Okay, so I'm so stoked that we have a Gina Carano Cara Dune show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so moving on from that one, then what is? I guess Ahsoka.
I was about to say, if you ask what Ahsoka is, I'm going to slap you through the screen.
I'm gonna say I don't know anything about it except I think it's in the same era as Mandalorian.
Yeah, I guarantee this is going to be her hunt for Thrawn, and probably it's.
Is it a series or a movie?
Series. This one's a series.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. And what's our thoughts on that one? Are we excited about it?
Of course.
I think I'll watch it. I'm just not as hyped for it as I am for a couple other things on here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't necessarily all that hype on Rebels because of what I felt it did to like timelines that had been established before.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal. Like they are, it's worth being stated. I don't want to belabor the point, but they are basically stepping all over legends and timelines and everything. If you are a connoisseur of Star Wars or an academic of Star Wars, you may hate these because they're pretty much in their own universe. By the way that, I mean, look at the Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they even said these have several fights between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader that never happened.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
Hold that one a second. Since when, Vader? Since when?
So it's like, okay, well, is that good or bad? It just is.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a choice in it. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. It's going to happen.
Okay, let's jump ahead to Obi-Wan then. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter, and as often happens, which is always awesome, it's Stephen, the Phantom Menace illustrator, Stephen Wainart, and he'd called out an issue with that for continuity. I didn't catch the whole thread, but is Obi-Wan going to have multiple fights with Anakin? Obviously, it's what year does this all happen?
It should be 10 BBY.
Not with Anakin, with Darth Vader.
Yeah, it's after the armor's on.
Oh.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
You're qualifying that.
That's
Thank
okay.
you.
That makes way the heck more sense.
Mm-hmm.
But they are putting Hayden Christensen in that armor, so that's a good hype note for that for me. Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan.
That guy was such a better actor than he got credit for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like, George is a brilliant dude and wrote brilliant literacy.
Mm-hmm.
But some of those lines, and especially I think that aspect of, hey, I wrote this thing that was, that it was like, I think Hayden Christensen was written, or his character, Hayden Christensen acted an Anakin that was supposed to be basically on the spectrum. That was, I think, at least socially awkward and possibly autistic.
Yep. Because
he just he could not, in a diagnostic sense, assimilate emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he couldn't handle love. He couldn't handle hate. He couldn't handle, he just didn't have the proper coping mechanisms to deal with his reality, which is why, like Filoni talked about it, where he needed a father figure, and he needed the Jedi to be more than they were at the time, because the Jedi were extremely stringent at the time. They were like, no, you must be by the rules. You must do this. You must, yada, yada, yada. And he couldn't handle that.
Yeah, Jim.
No, I'm listening.
Wait, yeah.
I'm listening.
You got guys talking about Hayden Christensen. I think you have different thoughts.
No. I'm letting you guys go through your emotional, cycle here that you need to. I can appreciate. Michael has it.
Playing the mom, letting the boys get their outbursts done so she can say,
I
"Yeah,
know,
boy."
right?
No, it's
The boys are at it again.
I mean, I have my own perspective. I mean, each one of us has our own. So,
Mhm.
oh gosh. Okay, you want to ask me to see the boys on even the little small screen? Well,
Oh no, we're talking about. Let's
yeah,
just talk
Hayden
about
Christensen.
Hayden
and-
Christensen's back after.
I know, and
15. No. Sorry.
it's not that long.
Like what year? Well, I'd say it's been about 12 years. Just
Yes.
that's close enough. I'm really
Revenge of
stoked.
the Sith was
He's been Ewan
2005.
McGregor. Oh my gosh,
Oh, yeah,
that's
15.
15. Yep.
yeah. No,
I'm really stoked about it. Now, there's one thing floating around because I watch. I've been keeping a close eye on Star Trek on all its forms in the last 3 years, but through Discovery and Picard, and I believe, and I'm open to whatever interpretation. And we just watched an episode again last night, the latest one, that they're killing Star Trek in the worst way by putting. Do I say it out loud? But it's cranky old women being in charge of all the dudes. I've said it.
but the dudes aren't even manly men. They're not even men.
Well, okay, Captain Picard. I'm saying inside of the universe,
Okay.
Captain Picard is the manliest of manly men.
Gosh.
But there's 8 episodes, and I watched every one of them where he gets just, put down and sworn at, and it's terrible.
Talked down to
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've heard some swirling. So I think it was Robert Meyer Burnett, maybe Andy Signor, was saying there's possibly this thing's going to happen where it's there's basically a bunch of women in charge, kind of telling these guys to be less, I don't know, manly or something. But it's nothing firm. I just hope it's dudes doing dude stuff.
Mhm.
Or I don't know.
Me too.
Well, you're a
Hello.
woman.
I mean,
You're like, hello, Hayden Christensen,
right?
right?
Still crushing on Harrison Ford. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean,
Okay.
Indiana Jones 5 coming out.
yes.
Mhm.
We can talk about that. I know nothing about that.
Don't worry about it. We can talk about,
Yes.
darling, this is the
Everything.
internet. We can talk about anything.
I just have to wait my turn though.
We're here to talk this. No, feel free to jump in anytime.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you guys?
Thank you.
Okay. Are we going to talk Lando then?
No, what do you guys expect for Obi-Wan? Are you hopeful, or is it?
I'm always hopeful. I go in skeptical but hopeful.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't even think
optimist.
I don't even think I can be hopeful on that one. I think it's going to be a train wreck because there's just so much there that should be handled with that. How to put it? In order to do what they want to do with the community they've already screwed over for 6 years, to use 2 of the most beloved characters
Mhm.
and not completely wokeify them and turn them into walking monstrosities of social activism that everybody's going to hate
Mhm.
is going to require nuance, is going to require really good writing, and is going to require Kathleen Kennedy to get the hell away from it.
Yep.
And
Be
none
the
of that's,
spokesperson,
and
stand
I
in
don't
front of
think any
people.
of that's going to happen.
Well, does anyone know who's in charge of this one?
Well, I mean, from the top level,
Like who's
it's Kennedy. And if somebody wants to look up who's writing and directing it,
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
That was probably released. I haven't had a chance yet.
No, that just is.
So for me, I think there's a real weird, there's a dichotomy that we've all been experiencing since Lucasfilm was acquired by Disney, where you hear something's going to happen, and this is echoed very well in the Phantom Menace and the EU community too, that you want to see this property on the big screen. The book you read 10, 15, 20 years ago. At the same time, the book is still awesome, but if they touch it, they might ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of, like I say, where Star Trek is now. Is like it's kind of broken. It's not what it used to be. Star Wars it's on the precipice. It's half broken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they broke Han Solo by making him a drunk
Deadbeat
abs-
dad.
Yeah, deadbeat dad. It's a good word. And they ruined Luke by making him a bum, for lack of a better word.
Mm-hmm.
Although, sorry, that's not politically correct. I think it's
No.
experiencing homelessness. I think. So I don't know. I want to see it with. I have the best hopes for it,
Yes.
but I hope they don't wreck it. So okay, so backing up to one, Andor.
I don't give a shit about it.
There you go. Thank you.
go.
Very interesting. How about you,
I
buddy?
don't know why they're pushing it though.
Okay.
Meh.
Diego Luna, a Mexican American lead actor. That is the reason they are pushing this one.
It's a prequel of a prequel. I
Yep.
mean, I
Yeah,
guess they think that's like an Inception. You know, if they go like 5 prequels in, they'll be at the inception of the universe, and they can create whatever they want.
Well, they're trying to pass it off as like the rebellion before it was organized, and I'm like, well, that was rebels.
Yep.
So,
Wow. I'm 100% with what both of you guys said. I was going to say the second I saw it, and it's been being talked about for at least 2 years. It was rumored. Now it's official. It's a Mexican American dude, and I watched the sizzle reel for that this afternoon,
Yes.
and I don't know if they have anything more than he's a Mexican American, and he's a good actor. He's handsome,
Mm-hmm.
and I quite liked a lot about Rogue One.
I love Rogue One.
Okay, so
I loved it.
I'm
I
not.
don't even mind him as an actor. It's just the fact that they're pushing forward the fact that he's Hispanic is the reason you should watch this show. And I'm just like,
Yep. So after Rogue One, okay, he's
No.
a handsome fella.
I'm not in love with the fellow. He is not Harrison Ford.
Okay.
I like Rogue One. I don't know anything about the promotion for any of these. I don't know any of that. I really enjoyed the character in Rogue One.
Okay, that's interesting. He bored me to tears.
Really?
I'm gonna guess Mike probably knows the names off the top of his head, but the 2 Asian dudes,
Mm-hmm.
the kind of the martial arts guys,
They're my favorite.
they were so. There you go.
Okay,
Yeah, they were
love.
so cool, and they did a little bit of stuff. They did some things, and then they died. And give me a series with those 2 dudes.
Absolutely.
What is it? I
Yeah.
am the Force, and the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
they only had Donnie Yen for a little bit, but he is always gold, whatever he's in.
Exactly. Yeah. Why do you think they kept them so small in those movies? Or sorry, in that movie?
Yeah.
It was an ensemble cast that was going to die. You don't want to get too attached to him.
I'm
Mhm.
so attached. I don't know.
She's like, no, I love him.
I love them. No,
They were
they
both
were the
good characters.
part almost of that. Whole
I liked the idea. Because it's like he's not a Force user, but the Force is such a huge thing, and that kind of I don't know that sort of thing stands in the face of the whole Mandalorian vibe.
Mhm.
But like the Force is so big that it's like a religion itself, right? And he's like a monk of that religion who has no actual power, and that was kind of interesting. That he just believed in it. Yeah, he just believed in it so much that he would just walk out in the middle of of fire and be like, I can do this.
Yeah, the bit of the lore that I know about him is that he was once when he was very young, or his parents were adjuncts to the temple. They were like the housekeepers to the temple that was there. And he just grew up with it.
Yep. Okay, so that was
the point with the big armored motherfucker,
Watch Tombstone. Yeah, Ewoks. I love Ewoks. I know Ewoks get a lot of grief, but I love the Ewoks.
it's fine.
I love Ewoks.
What? I'm confused. Where did Ewoks come from?
Yeah.
Tombstone was saying that he has a friend that's still.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to
I did sort of say
practice
that.
makes perfect, but
I know.
you've got that monitor. I'm over here.
Oh, okay.
But feel free to say, "Hey, Tombstone, I'm with you."
I did. I
And
guess
then
a little
talk
bit
to-
quiet.
Talk to the audience.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. You're on. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna call Andor sort of a wash across the board, really, right?
As far as I know, nobody's really interested in this. They're like, okay, and just moving on. There are plenty more titles here that are garnering far more attention.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's go to Bad Batch.
That looks like there's a video of that, a trailer, and the trailer. I didn't really. I saw it. I didn't actually watch it. If you understand what my difference there. And it looks like it's the same animation style as like the Jenny Tartakovsky Clone Wars.
Okay.
So I
That
think
looks-
they're
that's cool.
trying to bring back that aesthetic.
Hey, let me.
I dug the hell out of Tartakovsky.
Yeah, so I'm going to bring it up. I'm not going to put it on screen. We got copyright struck on the last one for a slip.
Yes.
So I don't want to take any chances. And I have all the respect in the world to Disney for their thing. But Star Wars Bad Batch is we're talking, but this is Polygon from, let's see here. Animated side finally grabs the mainstream. This is Filoni.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bad
okay.
Batch originated in Clone Wars. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This sounds like sort of an extension of the Clone Wars stuff, which I've seen most of that stuff,
Mhm.
and I think it's solid. So it seems sort of like a safe play.
Yeah, they had a 3-episode arc in that last season, and everybody dug them so much that like it garnered them their own spinoff.
Well, what I said before was that Mandalorian has basically become, and I think this is kind of cool that it's done that. It's basically become some sort of amalgamation.
Mhm.
You know, it's the mocha amalgamation, as I would call it. I mean, that's what I used to call the coffee shop that I would hang out at before classes when I went to college, because we'd go there. There'd be like a big circle of people, you know, and that are not really big, but you know, there'd be a few people, a few regulars, and we all had our different coffee or tea or whatever in the morning. And I called it mocha amalgamation because it brought everybody together. And Mandalorian is the mocha amalgamation of Star Wars. It's bringing the different fan generations together.
Sure.
Yeah, it's bringing them back in a way that the sequel trilogy divided a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. And it's losing some. It is losing, like aggravating a lot of people because they, you know, what filled the space in between the sequels and the original trilogy was Legends. And a lot of people believe that Mandalorian is bastardizing and stepping all over the characters and beloved stories of Legends. And I think they're perfectly, like, everybody's yelling at these people like Steven and OG Star Wars. Like, don't yell at anybody. It's not worth it, you know?
Is there yelling happening? I haven't caught that for the last.
Oh, yeah, man. There's full on hate. Like, telling, you know, people telling them, like, you know, you should go to the bad place because, you know, you dare speak against something I like. I mean, it's just all silly, man. Don't worry, you know?
It's I have such vitriol for.
Yeah, like Steven doesn't like this stuff. He's okay. That's his thing. I mean, that's, you know, his prerogative.
Yeah, Steve, and if you catch this, by the way, I love your stuff. We chat backroomed all the time. OG, I've been on a few. You know, this is Laura, cool chick as well. But I didn't catch. I don't like the idea of vitriol in this fandom. I like it to be a little bit, a little looser. Because I think if you want to own, again, I guess I can take some flack too if someone really wants to step back. But I'm passingly familiar with the EU, but I don't feel like I own it, you know?
Yeah.
So if they can take the good parts and make it good going forward, that's cool with me.
This is what I'm going to say about all of that. Just really quick. I'm sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to step on you.
Go ahead, buddy. You're fine.
Is that I don't know if you guys remember, we had one of my friends in here named Kim, or with Insider at one time, and it was like, you know, Kim and Teresa were talking about fairy tales. The Star Wars was always supposed to be, according to George Lucas in his memoirs, the quintessential American fairy tale. Fairy tales throughout history have changed. Mm-hmm. They change depending on the new generation, depending on who tells them, because new voices tell old stories. And when new voices tell old stories, the old stories change.
That's right.
They change to fit the new audience. Okay. And you may not like that. You know, you may fight against it. You may be the old man, you know, yelling at the clouds. But there's no reason to be.
We're even talking about a studio that's like the king of doing that. Look at The Little Mermaid. Yeah, look at Frozen. Exactly. Yeah, they are nothing like their original European origin fairy tales.
No, not at all. They're definitely pasteurized for American, you know, consumption, or for just global consumption. And I think that's the same thing for these. These are going to be pasteurized to become, or you know, whatever you want to call it, to become something that's easily digestible for just about anybody. Yeah. And I don't see that as a problem.
You know, I'm speaking. Go ahead. You're continuing on your thread. I'm going to attack this from a different angle. You go ahead.
Yeah,
Well, I
too.
was just going to say that I think this is the closest that we've had to the soul, because it can't be, this isn't skin in the game. Okay, this isn't like the skin of the game, because they're not really putting themselves out there, because George Lucas stepped away and he's the one who created it, right? So if they're screwing up something, it's not the skin of the game. But what they are doing is they're putting the soul of the game in. They're putting their soul in it this time, because it is the soul of what he wanted. It is an American fairy tale, and it's continuing to be told by new American storytellers with the new directors that they're finding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my angle on how people are saying that the Mandalorian is screwing things up. If anybody's a big EU fan, it's me. All right. And where this timeline sits up for the Mandalorian, it's 5 years after Jedi. And in my head, I know where that sits in the EU timeline wise. And Mandalorian's not stepping on any toes here. Like, as far as the lore goes and the timeline of things happening, there's bigger events as far as like the EU novels is happening right now. Like, in the novels, this would be about the time Thrawn came back out. A lot of the Imperial Remnant warlords were being defeated. In particular, there was a warlord Zinj in the X-Wing novels that was finally defeated in the Dave Wolverton novel, Courtship of Princess Leia. And then, like, right after that happens is like when the Thrawn trilogy starts. So we're looking at like right about that time period, and the fact that they confirm Imperial Remnant within this very Mandalorian episode that we're watching. The ISB, the Imperial Security Bureau, those guys were one of the factions that were trying to take over after the Emperor fell. And we're seeing stuff from Legends being put in its proper context. And that's, I'm sorry, but sometimes, like, Steven seems like he comes ready to hate. It seems like that's the projection I get from him. Like, he's like, okay, I'm going to sit through these 10 announcements. First announcement, oh, that's going to suck. Second announcement, oh, that's going to suck. Third announcement, that's going to suck. And it's like, man, they are doing their damnedest to win back the goodwill that they know that they lost in the sequel trilogy, because, oh yeah, $4 billion or something like that total in money coming in from the theaters from that. But people are forgetting that $2.5 to $3 billion in making the movie, marketing the movie, toy manufacturing, that kind of thing. And Disney hasn't made as much back, and there is still such a big vocal negativity about what they did with these movies that have come out so far that they know it has to be addressed. They are quietly doing it without acknowledging that that's what they're doing. And that's how I feel with Mandalorian. And Mandalorian's doing a great job.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I want to pause for a sec. So you've come at this. You have encyclopedic knowledge of the EU novels, right? You've read everything?
Out of the 130 that I got sitting on my shelf here, I've read all of them at least twice. A bunch of them multiple times in that. Okay.
And that's really cool to me, because that means you don't find the Mandalorian to be a problem.
No, not lore-wise, not timeline-wise at all.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
I've played a bunch of the video games too. I wish I'd read more of the comics, the Dark Horse run in particular.
Yep.
There's been some really cool stories that have come out of that, but I've only read a few of them. But a lot of people forget the EU was so expansive across so many different. It was a multimedia juggernaut.
Yep. Oh god, yeah. I don't even want to get into what the games could mean, or when they connected the canon with Force Unleashed, and then they threw that all out the window. But they could always bring that stuff back too. But that's a whole
That's I mean, that's the thing, is that if anything, what these are trying to do is bring it all back together.
Yeah.
And I commend them, if for nothing else, I commend them for that effort, for trying to do that, for saying, okay, we created a diaspora and we admit that. So let's stop the egress and try and bring, not only the people back together, but not bring them back, but bring them back together. And there's a lot of different. I think what they realize is there's a ton of different Star Wars fans out there.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I don't see any time in the next couple of years like that junk man shaking hands with Jeremy Griggs or anything. But I'm hoping steps will be made so that they could speak with each other, maybe at least.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing is like you see like Star Wars Theory. That dude, he's real big, or he's fairly large YouTuber or whatever, and he does like a
I was watching
watch
his watch
party.
along.
Yeah, he does like a watch along or watch thing for Mandalorian, and he's very, very classic and very literate in what he talks about. But then you've got like I don't know 3PO, right? Drunk 3PO. He just wants to have fun. He wants it to be fun. That's all he wants. He just wants it to be fun, right? Then and then you have like the other people like Steven and OG, and maybe they're upset because it is borrowing from Mike was saying like from EU, and they think that it's bastardizing it. Okay.
I think Rebels did that a hell of a lot. I don't see it happening in The Mandalorian.
I mean, I think that they really go off on Ahsoka, just her whole character and everything. And it's like, look, that's fine. I mean, that's your prerogative. You can talk about those kind of things. I would rather talk about, like, will Ahsoka, could that be a show that Dee and her daughters watch? I mean, it'd be a show that anybody could watch, but I'm just saying, could it be a show that she and her daughters might watch that might bring new fans into Star Wars? It could be.
Yeah, you've been quiet. Go for it. But Ahsoka, you know what you know, and you got these couple of badass teenagers who.
Yes, they are.
Would you not say, hey, let's do this? Doesn't that sound like a cool? I mean, it's Rosario Dawson.
I mean, does that sound like a mama's day out? With the girls.
I think
strong,
so.
independent woman kicking ass with twin lightsabers.
Yep.
It's not all about that. She looks pretty.
She looks okay.
She is badass. I don't know. I would have to. I want to check out all of them, and it just depends on. I know I would check out them all, but it depends on the writing and the storyline, and
but it takes time, so we gotta.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta win me over on the first date. I mean, if not, I'm not.
Okay,
that's fair. Yeah, we're just looking at Tinder profiles right now.
If you don't show Dee the goods,
Well, been there or
doing that.
Been there working on that. Yeah.
Show me
doing
you can provide.
All right, put your hands above the the borderline.
Right. Yeah.
Handshake.
Look at Dee. She's we're about to make that poor girl red.
Good. Yeah. No, he's busy working, but yes.
There's so much. What a fun day to be doing this.
Right.
And this video is gonna slay because I'm gonna change the tags later.
Yes.
And discuss this stuff. So let's get to the next one. So we covered Visions enough for what we know.
We actually never talked. We talked about like the basic periphery of the episode, and that was it. We never got into the rest of it. But
this stuff's too interesting, and it seems like
that's pretty much all I know about that.
Yeah, this is fun stuff to mine.
Yes.
So Visions, whatever. So okay, Lando.
Yeah.
I've got one question that again, it's a lot to take in today. Who's starring in Lando? Is this going to be another Donald Glover?
I believe this is Donald Glover.
I mean, that sounds pretty obvious.
That already turns me off. I hate that guy.
Fuck. Okay,
Yeah, is it just me, or did he not feel like he was acting like Lando Calrissian, but was doing a hell of a Billy D. Williams impression?
Okay, my answer is not going to be... Sorry, but
I think anybody who falls in love with a droid needs to get the hell away from me.
Well, here's my thought. And it's... So, Billy D. Williams is like the handsomest motherfucker. He's like a 6 foot tall. He was in... I remember like I was in the 70s. I heard that he was, he's announced 2-3 years out for Empire. And I went and checked out some of his older movies I was lucky to have a Betamax machine at my parents' house. And I just,
lucky.
I know. What a cool, he's a cool dude. Now, Donald Glover is about half his size, and he had that weird little rap thing. Sorry, wasn't my cup of tea.
This is America.
Yeah. And that weird ass, I don't want to get too You know,
What's sad is I loved him in Community.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't see that. Was it good?
That was a hell of a show. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
was
don't
one
get me
with
wrong.
Chevy Chase, right?
Yeah. Dan Harmon, the showrunner, is like a big SJW kind of guy, but he's also the guy who's doing Rick and Morty.
Yep.
He does back off of the wokeness within his product. You know,
Hey, man,
he'll have a
that's fine.
character who has that point of view within it, but they're usually like shouted down pretty quick for being stupid. Britta being that character in Community.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, no, it's actually a really fun show. Plays with a lot of tropes. Stars the dude that did E-Soup, and I cannot remember his name to save my life now. Joel McHale,
Yeah.
who I think is funny as hell.
So we didn't touch on. Let's see here. This is from 11 hours ago. I'm just going to bring up. I want to confirm that it is because one or two of these are a movie actually, which is surprising to me.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my hype because it's coming at the end.
Yep. I know.
Okay.
I signal received, dude. Lando, and I guess, hey, who would it be besides Glover, right? But hey, back to what do you think? Did you? Okay, this is in my household. It's a bit of an issue, but someone here liked Lando. Someone here didn't.
I wonder who it could be.
Okay, so you like Lando?
As a character?
I don't say the table, the floor. The floor is yours.
No, don't throw me under the bus with this.
Throw you under the bus.
Welcome to Under the Bus.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Welcome to the extreme, where the bus is always over you.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So the Lando is coming from a new series from Dear White People creator Justin Simeon. Yet again, it's unclear if this is yet to be a prequel that brings back Donald Glover as everyone's favorite cape-wearing smuggler. Who wrote this? Anyway, Justin Simeon. Did you guys familiar with Dear White People?
No.
It's a bit preachy. So that makes me trepidatious. Is that the right word, buddy?
Trepidatious.
Trepidatious, yes.
Thank you.
They're so cute.
Okay, so
I've been drinking.
yeah, really? It's like,
well, me too.
yeah,
Coffee.
Okay, with coffee and
It's 4:30 in the morning. Why wouldn't
whiskey and coffee. Okay, yeah, that's okay. So, Dear White People is his claim to fame. He's a colored gentleman, a bit of an activist. Makes me very
I mean, most of these people are
Trepidatious.
extremely
I just learned that
liberal.
word.
trepidatious. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's looking for a really good synonym. Makes me
Thank you, buddy.
Carefully cautious. Yeah, I'm not. Well, I'll be there probably right here, actually, reviewing it with absolutely open arms, open eyes, open
Oh
heart.
gosh, yes. I'm excited to, like I said.
I'm willing to check it out, but I kind of want to know a bit more about it. Is this going to be before the events of the Solo movie, or is this going to be his rise to power in Bespin?
Oh,
God.
good point.
Oh, damn it. See?
Yeah.
This is why we need this show, or we need these discussions.
Yes.
Because for a second there, you had me just like, oh, and it's Donald Glover.
You're right.
And he's got his shirt off, and he's going like this. But I was like, wait a second. But seeing Lando rise to power to build Bespin,
Yes.
I want to see that so bad.
Right?
So-
I'm up for that. That's why I'm open-minded to just,
Yeah.
you know.
So-
I come at those two synopses from completely different angles at that point. Yeah.
What do you see happening? Which one do you want to see?
Oh, I want to see the Bespin arc.
Me too. And I can't wait to see that. I mean, if that's what they do. I would love that. Do you think they can do it without politics? This one's to Buddy. Would they or could they do that?
No,
Really? Damn it.
no. I mean, you could even see some of like Familia's. I'm sorry, dude. I hate that I'm mispronouncing your name, but I don't see it enough to do it justice. But anyway, Rick, is it Familia?
Sorry. Is it?
The director of today's episode.
Yeah, he's good. He's
Yeah, Famuyiwa. Rick Famuyiwa. If like you could see some of his own politics like creeping in. The whole idea of like the apartheid community, but he kind of put it instead of an apartheid community where everybody's invading and you don't know the difference. He put like I don't know, like Asians or something in there.
Okay, I'm listening.
It seemed kind of like somebody you would find in like the rivers outside of the Congo.
I know.
I was thinking that when I saw that. I was like, is this Rwanda?
Yeah, it's like something to that effect. And so you're like, okay, I can see where you're going here. And then the whole like diatribe that he has where like he says they don't know the difference, and then obviously it's like the empire is no better than anything. They destroy their own people in order to further a purpose, not even for material or resource gain, but literally just to make a point. Which was the whole thing at the end that he gets really angry about. And it's like, okay. I can see your politics in this. But he did a good job of they're there, but they don't overstep the bounds. Like I've always said, if it's the politics in the world, I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they are similar to what we have, they were in world. And I think that carries through and that resonates when you do that. And Bill Burr was really able to carry the gravitas of that because you could see in the look. He looks at Mando. He's like, I'm gonna kill him.
Yep.
And you see Mando like, don't. And then he does. He's like, yeah. And but I mean,
that was
that's
a great silent conversation right there.
I know that was
he's like, I'm gonna kill him. And he's got that tear. He's like not crying, but he's got that glaze, right? Like this is killing me inside. And
that's settling down into here we go.
Yeah, and like what he and they're just having this like conversation, and you see the little like not even a full nod. It's like a head, like he just sort of bows his head slightly, where Mando's saying, "Please don't."
Mm-hmm.
That Imperial officer was played by the same guy that played Portman in the Doom movie. Has that guy ever played not a shithead?
I was gonna say he's always a
that guy before, yeah.
He's always an asshole, It's like Stanley Tucci's always a backup, good guy.
But he starts off a bad guy.
So this guy's always a dick, and he's just like.
But it's so stamped on his face, like from birth, basically. Like that's what he's going to get cast as. So he's got to
right. He goes to the grocery store, and they're like, "Dude, why so angry?" He's like, "That's just my face."
You're a dick.
What I really feel on that Bill Burr performance too is like, yes, the politics are in there, but it's not just. If I think those lines would have come very different had they come from like Gina Carano's character, because she's supposed to be the good guy, and look at what we're trying to liberate people from. Instead, this is coming from Bill Burr's character, who we now find out established is a former Imperial trooper.
That's right.
And that I think the gravitas comes much harder coming from that perspective.
Yeah, well, I mean, he says he's like, really, was it, was that the right decision? Is that what they would have thought? What about their kids, their families, and then or their friends and family and everything, and that just kills him because he was the thing. I think the thing is he was part of that. That's the reason, like you have, why is he used to be the believer.
Oh yeah, and he mentions being part of Operation Cinder, which, if you guys aren't aware of, it was made lore within the Battlefront 2 video game, where when the Emperor was killed at Endor, it initiated a set of orders, and special hologram droid robots that were being kept in like Star Destroyer officers' lockers. Like on the event of the Emperor's death, they were programmed to unlock, come out, and deliver special orders just to them. And this Operation Cinder was, it was a collection of a bunch of satellites that had kind of a version of Death Star-ish technology on them that were meant to be carried by Star Destroyers to Imperial worlds and burn the surfaces clean.
So
basically, the Emperor saying, if I can't rule, nobody can. And he was burning off like the richest worlds and stuff like that so that nobody could control anything.
It was a purge.
The events of Battlefront 2, you get to stop that.
Hey, and let me take a side here. I fired it up about 2 weekends ago with D here. Battlefront 2. Mike? Did you like it?
It was okay. I mean, I didn't like the time skip. Actually, there was a time skip in the middle of the campaign mode, and I was like, "eh."
Yep.
Time skips are really difficult to pull off.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised by seeing her, the lady that played Iden Versio. I wouldn't be surprised seeing her in one of these shows that are set right now, like Mandalorian or something like that.
Oh, damn. You know what's funny? Actually, I liked her quite a bit. She did the keynote at E3, I think 3 years ago. Beautiful. And yeah, she's a lady of color or whatever. And then they do the time skip to the end of it. And it's her and her daughter. And it was all it was all girl power. But they did a pretty good job of it. So I think it was fine. But she's perfect age, perfect everything to be part of one of these mini shows.
Yes.
So I'm down for that. I don't know, you?
I honestly think we're probably going to see her in that last entry there.
Wow. Okay. Should we jump to the next one?
The next one, not the last one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Acolyte. What do we know about this?
It's something to do with the Sith. I was reading like the paragraph, and it's like basically the Acolyte is the what I got out of it. What I took from it is it's sort of like the Witch Sisters, where they had, I can't remember. It was in the new video game. They just newer video game they came up with was the Cal Estes or something. Cal Cestus as the Jedi.
Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah.
Yeah, and there were like some Sith that were kind of like they weren't quite Sith, but they couldn't be Jedi, and it sort of seems about like that.
Okay, those the like Inquisitors.
Yes,
Brother 7, Sister 6. Yeah.
Yep.
See what I've gotten from this so far is that this is supposed to be. Are you guys familiar with the High Republic initiative that they're doing?
Yes.
In the comics?
Let's fill each other in. I mean, we know a little bit. Do you? Dee, back to you.
No, I don't.
High Republic. Okay, again, back to Stephen Wayne. If you catch this, again, big fan. Especially your art is awesome. Remember that skinny dude with the straw hair,
yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That was a few months ago.
Yeah.
That's this whole era of novels that come out pretty soon now, right? Maybe like June.
Pretty soon, yeah. Novels and comics that like they're Lucas or God, who is it? Not Marvel.
Oh, that's when they had like the like Jedi woman that looked like a dude.
Yep.
Dude look like a lady.
Really bland designs for them at first, and then like everybody started doing fan art of them, and then they came back with redesigns that were better.
Yes. Yeah, they put the official art out. Steve was the first one to redesign one. And then they came back, and what was fun about this whole thing, and we are Phantom Menace. Yes. I don't speak for everyone, but I'd say
wasn't that where they had the board and it was like diversity, dinosaurs?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck.
Diversity was on there twice.
Pardon me. Yes. They're like, so it's called a writer's room, and you start putting together what you're going to do.
Yes.
And you got like, a table of diverse people in the first place.
Yes.
And it's like, what are we going to make our stories about? And they put out video. And then, of course, somebody, it's probably Data Racer or Ichibaka. Love you guys. And someone zoomed in on the whiteboard behind him, just like right back here.
Yeah.
And they're just having like keywords of things that would happen. And it was just like diversity. And someone actually had like dinosaurs. It's like, what are you doing? Because like, this was almost 2 years ago, and I think it was after the last Jurassic.
Well, as a velociraptor, I truly want to see some velociraptor, but I also am impartial to the Allosaurus, the Triceratops, the Stegosaurus. He's okay. The Plesiosaur, right? Let's get some pterodactyl up in there. I mean, we're talking about some diversity here.
Well, as a dinosaur, man, you probably want to see yourself on screen a little more.
I do. I
be careful they don't use your character model without your permission, because they'll do that.
But I would look at me right here. This is fake. I mean, according to the scientists, I had feathers.
Yep.
That's true.
Oh yes.
So
Mhm.
I mean, hey, look, Lucasfilm, you want to get authentic. You need a dinosaur up in there.
Absolutely. Yep. So you identify as a feathered dinosaur.
I do. I identify as a feathery velociraptor.
Cool. What color? And should that
Oh,
matter?
I
No
mean,
one knows.
biologically, everyone says red, right? Because
Mhm.
we're all
No,
drawn
hold on.
to
I
red.
want to step back on this
psychologically.
question a bit. X, did you just
Okay.
ask what color do you identify as?
Yeah.
As a dinosaur, he asked me.
Good answer.
Velociraptor, not time for a velociraptor.
Yeah.
Because they have feathers now.
No, but identify as a dinosaur first.
Okay.
Not a
The
color.
spiky question there, X.
I
Hold on
identify
there.
as a crimson scaled, blue feathered velociraptor. I am the Superman of velociraptor.
That is so brave and beautiful. Good for you, buddy.
Brave.
I know, right?
That is stunning and brave. I am so proud of you.
Hugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna get back to
I believe I can fly.
Those feathers are just for show, man.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're just a giant chicken.
it's kind of a anyways.
So
Michael with the so the acolyte.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go back to where you the High Republic, yeah. So that era.
mhm.
Yeah, basically it's something like 3,000 years before the events of like the prequel trilogy. And the acolyte, from what I read, the understanding there is that this is something that's taking place at the end of it and may possibly be a Revan vehicle.
Okay.
Darth Revan.
Yeah, I'm with you so far. Keep talking. I'm just gonna look up the timeline here.
Okay. Darth Revan being a major player in like Old Republic EU storylines, in particular Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, the video games.
Okay.
He started off as a Jedi, became a Sith, kind of became neither, screwed up the Mandalorians. He was a major, major player in galactic affairs in the old days.
Mhm.
And the rumor and kind of the hope right now is that Keanu Reeves might be interested in playing this part.
Holy
Ooh,
cow.
shut up. Seriously?
Okay, this is neat. So I'm gonna give this back to you in a second, but just on the point of trivia, first I checked it. It says High Republic is 200 years before Skywalker saga.
Oh,
Whether
only
that's
that?
accurate, this is slash film, which I think they could be right there. But if you want to get into Revan and so me and Buddy have a few aces up our sleeves. So the guy who created Darth Malak is a friend of mine. We went to college together.
Ooh,
And
nice.
I run art by him once or twice a week. And by the way, he never likes it because he's that good. So Knights of the Old Republic, the cover, that's
He's
sort of-
honest.
well,
Love
he's got a bit of
I got a friend. He hates my stuff.
Yeah. But so like Knights of the Old Republic, the three people who made that cover are Janine Van Gool, John Gallagher, and Mike Sass. And we've worked with one on our stuff, and I talked to the other one every week or two. In fact, I think I told you that this morning as we talked. I digress, but that's the so here, back to you.
Yeah.
I've got Darth Malak on my stove, right? I'm not going to go grab it, but it's right there. And if they were to go back that far, but I think isn't that stuff a few thousand years before?
That stuff's supposed to be about 5,000 years, 3,000 to 5,000 years before. Yeah.
Maybe it's
Okay.
a typo then, not 500,
Oh,
5,000.
You got to take as I'm
I'm asking. I
got to
don't
take
know.
every
Yeah.
timeline with a grain of salt
Mhm.
by a lot.
And we're actually in the part where I'm rocky as far as lore goes because it's such big gaps and eras.
Yep.
So like I'm not as deep into the Old Republic as I ought to be. My book collection starts with Outbound Flight.
Okay, sure.
Like I don't even own the Bane trilogy, so I'm not
Okay,
a
so-
true Star Wars fan.
I was gonna say, oh my god, how can you show your face in public?
Yeah.
Seriously,
Right?
dude.
I don't have any of those books. I buried my toys alive. Never found them.
I know.
Oh my.
And like I don't know. I didn't really like. I've seen the movies, Did I see the? I don't know if I saw the second one for the new trilogy. Maybe I just like. Oh no, that was the Last Jedi, wasn't it? Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
I just kind of.
I know.
Kind of everybody had to.
My body is like it's still coping, you know.
No, it's
All your
weird.
feathers fell out, man.
I mean, like but I think that's pretty universal. Like as the biggest Star Wars fan, you could probably find overall that we were talking earlier. I was trying to figure out, it was like, what was episode 8 called? And even Last Jedi does not come to mind.
No.
It's like, But anyway, so dude, so back to that. The High Republic is from StarWarsFandom.com, which again is pretty accurate. Approximately 300 to 100 BBY. So
That's
is that
interesting?
Yeah,
that's right. Yoda's part of it, so it's got to be within his lifetime.
right. And Yoda would be
How old?
300-ish in that zone.
Is that it?
Front to back, yeah.
How?
Well, if we're basing this like on how we know shit about their biology, that species, but if we're
Yes.
equating it to like 1 year to 10 years, then he'd be like a 30-year-old at that point.
Right.
So like in his prime, not old and broken and having to use the Force to boost his mobility against Dooku, he's Sonic with a lightsaber at this point.
Pretty much. And then if you want to get into the flow of time, you don't want to get into this with Buddy too early in the morning. It'll start getting quantum or relativistic.
Yes, let's not go there.
How come his clothes don't burst into flames and shit? Yeah, I know, I get it.
Okay, so here's my danger sign. I haven't read anything till just now, but this is the Leslie Headland one. Are we all familiar with whom that person is?
Oh, okay. Yeah. It all comes together.
So Acolyte is again, I'm no cheat sheets here. I know it's supposed to be female centric is number one. It's based on the High Republic, which has some warning signals. And I believe she's an angry lesbian. And I want to preface that with I believe, because I don't want to.
So she's not Starfire's daughter.
No.
No. Did you guys see my Batman take on that a couple days ago?
Oh my god.
I maintain that they brought Starfire into this universe and she had sex with Danny DeVito.
Yep.
No one knows why, but it happened.
Okay.
And we've all seen pictures of this author. How is this not just straight up a self-insert?
Well, I mean, it is. She even admits it is.
So, Buddy, for our audience, do you want to talk about falling or failing and falling up? We talked about this last year on someone else. I forget who.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a concept that was your boy Zach sort of made famous, at least in our community, which is that, the SJWs, I hate to call them that, but just, social progressives, whatever, that they basically fall up. Like whenever they don't do a product well, whenever they actually fail at a project, they don't like, they don't fall into obscurity. They actually get a better project.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
Oh, gosh.
And
everyone gets a ribbon.
I mean, it is the thing, right? The participation trophy. Everybody's good, everybody's entitled, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I don't know. But I mean, Tamako, I think is her name. Like, I mean,
yep.
Your boy Zach has been saying that her run on, I think it's Wonder Woman, is really good. That somehow she learned to write a good hero. And I think a lot of these writers, like, what they actually need is a good editorial. They need a good editorial command, like somebody to come in and say, you can't write this because it's lame.
See, that's what I love about like Richard, or your boy Zach, is he's a super fair, level-headed guy, actually. Mm-hmm. Like, he'll pick up something, and I think you've seen some of his stuff.
Yes.
But he'll buy a comic, and he'll be sitting there. And by the way, he's almost never on camera. But
okay.
He's face palm, he's whatever, but he's flipping through it, and he'll be like, I wanted to hate this, but it's so good, or so not too bad. Yeah. And he'll just be that, and he's vilified more than anyone in the whole world of comics, probably, because I think he said once or twice or whatever That's his business. But yeah, again, Tamako, excuse me, I don't want to bring it up right now, but apparently she can write.
Okay.
But she's doing the Buddy's the writer.
She's doing the Honey Boo Boo impersonation as Starfire's child.
Oh, gotcha.
And you saw this probably too.
Yes.
I mean, the where these things go is that the self-insertion means you want to put yourself in your comic to put your politics or your ideology or something into it. And then the artist comes along and you guys get, hey, and you go for coffee or you go for fucking Zoom coffee nowadays, whatever. And then it's like, hey, the new character looks just like you. And that's how we ended up with Starfire.
There's a right way and a wrong way to do a self-insert. The wrong way is when it's wish fulfillment.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is wish fulfillment. This is, I'm sure, like, she's gonna go back to her mom and tell her what she didn't give her when she was a kid, and there's gonna be this like dime store psychiatry, involved, and then they're gonna say, oh, you were right, your mom's a horrible person, what can we do to love you? Or either that, or I mean, maybe it'll be more mature, but I doubt it.
How do we validate your existence?
And then the right way is Vampirella issue 1, the latest Vampirella issue 1 by Priest.
Oh no, I don't know what this is, but
oh no,
this guy named Priest. I wrote an article about this. So good, because what he does is he self-inserts himself as the psychiatrist that is talking to her, and then by doing that, he makes fun of the very tropes that people wanted to burn him alive for.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no werewolf.
Yeah.
Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Ain't no werewolf. Ain't no
I
vampire.
got it. It's right up there on my shelf. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about then.
I don't know. I missed
mean,
some of it because I was in the bathroom, but
there's like
we know.
I was saying Priest inserts himself as the psychiatrist talking to her.
I actually did not know that part. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and now that you know that, doesn't it make a lot more sense? Like what he said.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back and reread it again now.
He's making fun of the people who were attacking him. Like he's, they were calling him a black man, a Nazi, because of people that he associated with. And the book is about how, like, on this plane full of affluent people, including somebody that looks like Neil Gaiman in the 80s, there is there's an actual Nazi, and they don't even know it. As if to say, you wouldn't know a Nazi if it was in front of you. That's how you do a self-insert correctly.
Yep. As soon as we're done on this stream, I'm totally rereading that again in a whole new light. That's
yeah, because I mean, what he's telling her is this. They used to say, they're telling him he doesn't exist. So he's like, ain't no werewolf, ain't no Batman, ain't no vampire to a woman who is a vampire.
How the hell? Whoever did the lettering and the scripting for that, like being able to write an accent is so rough. Mm-hmm. And that was because I read the issue out loud. I read it out loud to my wife because like she likes it when I do voices and things like that.
Well, we have heard your talent for such a thing.
I was going to say it was you guys that I did that for. That's right. The Batman thing. This is a Joker joke.
The computer.
Right.
The computer created anything. But anyways, that's how you do a self-insert correctly. You put yourself in a situation that is not in wish fulfillment. It is not the main person, but it is someone that has a direct influence. And then by providing information, you realize that what the person's actually doing is because you know how they really feel. And by putting out something that's the opposite, they're basically making fun of what you're saying. Basically you use it as a sort of polarity to kind of pull you toward the right direction, to guide you. And, oh, that's what you mean. Right. And it makes it what I call frosty, after Robert Frost used to write poetry that was indicative of kind of like rural living that was very on the sort of facade of it, extremely simple. Beautiful but simple. But then if you looked into it, you're like, oh man, like
this
that's
is
deep.
layers and layers. Yeah.
Like I remember this one poem he wrote, and it talks about, it's literally, the whole poem is a description of a tricycle rusting out in the middle of a farm yard, you know, and then you have to wonder, like, why is the tricycle rusting? Is there nobody? Why is it out? Because if it's a kid, right? And then you kind of look into it and you realize, like, oh, like the kid died and his parents never didn't have, you know, they didn't have it within them to put it away because it still reminds them of the child. And then you just like, you read it a whole different way. And that's what I call, you know, something is frosty, and Priest is very frosty.
And yeah, like you said, that's how you do that right. That's like, and it worked just like I said it a few minutes ago. It's like, now I'm going to go back and read that comic from a whole new perspective. You know, and that's what something like that should make you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's like self-insertion. I mean, like I've been working with Buddy on a book for about a year now. I don't know what Buddy looks like or his sexuality. It's never come up. I don't think he's a tall, hot, blonde woman with 2 daughters. That's a safe bet. But that's what
he's a dinosaur. He's right on your screen now, X.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. And
are you assuming my race? Anyway.
I'm assuming your identity.
Are you assuming my species?
You're invalidating my existence.
I identify right now as a green shark. Okay.
Yep.
But not scales, fur.
That's right. Feathered.
Feathered and furry. Feathery and furry.
Yeah, man. Don't get my adjectives wrong.
Do not mistake. Like you just can't see my dorsal fin. That doesn't mean I don't have it.
That's right.
Beep bop boop dino.
I was my favorite tweet of the day, like, you know, from yesterday. That one was I think Marvel, was it Marvel or DC? Shit, I should know. Acquired a Predator property for a series that's just been launched, and Yellow Flash said, "This is awesome. Can't wait to hear them talking in restaurants about their problems." I mean, you know, or coffee shops or whatever. That was a good laugh out loud moment. It's like, yep. I don't think they'll do it, but it's close to the mark.
I saw a good, like, it was someone else is writing X-Men now. Now that what was his name?
Hickman.
Yeah, now that he finally moved on, and there was this really great line by Magneto where Magneto's like, he's fighting something, and then this person asks him, "Why didn't you take this like, you know, technological marvel, this magical gateway, basically, and transport over to this place?" And he's like, "Yeah, because I wanted to test myself, you know, flying himself over the mountains and all this equipment or whatever." And they're like, "Why'd you want to test yourself?" And he says, "Well, I like to test my limits to see if I have any."
That's just a pimp line. That's
yeah. He's like, "I like to test my limits sometimes to see if I have any." It's like, damn. All right.
God, I remember there was during the AVX arc where he was fighting Iron Man, and on the surface you'd think that's just a terrible idea on Tony's part, but Tony's armor's like made of like high density ceramics and stuff like that, so there's like no magnetic components for Eric to screw with. So Eric instead uses just the unbelievable level of power is that he was able to influence Jupiter's gravity to bleed off some of the rocks from its rings and almost light speed them into Iron Man from orbit.
Good Lord.
And yeah, that kind of thing, just like that kind of feat of power is like, how has he just not taken over? I know he's tried several times and failed, but he was using stupid machines. And
yeah. Well, isn't he like, he's that weird class, the Omega class, which is basically like, that's not a linear thing. It's exponential. That's just, okay, we don't have the ability to measure these guys.
We
and
don't have
some
a
are like,
that goes around enough times. Yeah.
Yeah. Some are little Omega and some are like Omega.
Yeah.
You know, like you know, they had that live series with Professor X's son.
Gifted. Or not Gifted, sorry, Legion.
Yeah. You know, and he's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he just, he's got a million personalities, right? And like any personality takes on a different power, and the power, each power is Omega level. So he's a million Omega level whatever's, and the thing is it,
comics, yeah.
He can't make, like, the whole idea is he can't make peace with himself, so he just keeps splintering again and again and again and again and again, and each splinter creates another power. And we're so far off of Star Wars now, it's not even funny.
We are like, we didn't even we made it like 5 minutes into Mandalorian before we started talking about the announcements from not D23. So
yeah, true. But although that wasn't by design, but I think that was a decent thing to do, considering
it was pretty organic because we go off the rails a lot.
Yeah, but in this case, it's the biggest news for transmedia ever to have 40 years of 1 or 2 Star Wars shows and only one live action 2 years ago, no, 1 year ago, to 9 upcoming. So I think covering the news, this is where it's at. So if you're trying to rein it back in, thoughts on the Acolyte? My only take on is the High Republic sounds. I don't know it. I probably have to wait till I read a book in I think June.
I don't want to use the word problematic, but
yeah, I know it's problematic, man.
You're a writer. Buddy, help me out.
I despise that word.
I know it's so problematic. It's catch-22, man. That's the way the language works.
I think that unfortunately, it's so inculcated into a sort of spiral of social oblivion that it's very capricious.
See, I'm looking at the slate of stuff and seeing that like each one of these can take a different tack as far as that goes. Like what kind of message are they trying to send? How much of politics can we try to inject? Like each one of these series has kind of a different point of level.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is that they have something for everybody. There is woke stuff here. There's going to be woke stuff. There's going to be non-woke stuff. There's going to be, I think they want to bring all the, like, I have, if somebody is extremely liberal in their opinions and progressive or whatever in their ideology, I'm fine with that. I don't care. If they want to like Star Wars, with me in some way, that's fine.
I'm wondering if whether or not this next generation that's going to be taken over for Kennedy and crew didn't have some sort of influence in this and might be using this whole slate of shows as a test bed. Which ones are going to get the ratings? And
well, I'm sure they're going to use it as a test bed to find out which movies are worth putting out. Because now the thing is a movie venture is going to be, there's going to be a lot of skin in the game. There's going to be a lot of consequence, a lot of risk in any kind of movie, I think, much more so than there has been previously. So because of that, if movies exist in any form at all, they're going to have to be tested rigorously. And this is a method by which they can do that. And like we said before, a lot of these can share assets. The live films can all share assets, characters, sets. Obviously, the 501 is, man, they got a job. Right? 501 is good for a while. Like any 501 person, guess what? You got a job, baby.
I know. Although I'm 501. I've never been paid for anything, but you never know. We'll see what they do.
I don't think I think that, I'm sure like some do volunteer, I guess, but I would think that especially right now with everything going on, Disney, a multi-billion-dollar international conglomerate, would definitely have to be paying 501 to be in these shows.
Yeah, but I was kidding. Just showing up is what you do. But I'm sure they get some nice bonuses, the swag and the lunches and the whatever.
Yeah, they're like, you can go to Disney World for free for your lifetime.
Yeah. So I think my take on this
is like, oh, sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Just from what you just said, there's going to be different agendas. I mean, you've got 9 different creative teams with 9 different. You're going to have political things in there for sure.
Levels of wokeness, is that what we're calling this?
Yeah,
a wokeness metric.
Yep. But as long as that's secondary, I'm fine with it.
I put Acolyte at like a 6.
Sorry, but what is a 6?
It's like a Richter scale, of woke. I'd put it like a 6.
If it's a Richter scale, that's scary because that's exponential.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the 6 Richter scale is really, really bad, bro.
I know. That was the point.
6 is a 1 million.
Yeah. So do you guys remember who this Leslie Headland lady is?
I remember her catching a lot of flack for being as woke as she was in regards to being attached to several other projects. Like her face isn't coming to mind, but
yeah, I don't want to dig on anybody.
Oh, I remember her now.
Yeah, I think we did this live, but again, 6 months ago. And it was the same time when they announced the new book with was it Rebecca Roanhorse?
Wasn't she like the I can't remember the guy's name.
you're trying so hard not to say chick.
No, try to say the guy that like slept with all the people in Hollywood to give them jobs.
Oh, Weinstein. Yeah.
Yeah, Weinstein. Wasn't she his assistant? Isn't that this girl?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Which again, guilt by association is the lamest thing you can do in all of these communities, including ours.
Well, you can say it's the lamest thing, which I mean, it more than possibly is, but it's also where she learned what she's going to do.
Yep. And I think when I first looked into her for the first minutes, her and her wife, I don't know, that's all cool, but there was some association with the Star Wars announcement, and then we tried to do this live on our old show, and Rebecca Roanhorse is the one who had blocked me, and I've never. There's a whole community of sort of the writers, sort of the not the A but the B level people who do that because I guess the chain blocks is kind of I don't understand precisely how it works, but because
I'm blocked by like 80 people I've never interacted with. Yeah,
exactly. I think that's not cool. That's not fun. So
I just noticed Dee was gone.
Dee is.
You just noticed that?
Yes.
Well, I wasn't looking.
She's back there inspecting the dark troopers.
Dee is in the ladies' room.
I was preparing my clothing because I have to go to work.
So we know nothing about Acolyte. So, Michael, you wanted to get to the. You had thoughts, big thoughts on the next one.
The next one. I know more about this one. This is basically going to be a retelling of the Droids cartoon series, but like more within canon instead of just like a Saturday morning episodic F off.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the 3D animated, similar to Rebels.
Nice.
Or it could be that 2D cell 3D faking like what was that racing fighter series Resistance.
Yep. Interesting. Which, by the way, I think they look pretty good to me. I like the I like the forms. I like the color. So they look nice. Who's doing this one?
Honestly, do not know. That's all the information I've got is that it's C-3PO and R2-D2 adventures without reliance on the main cast.
Okay.
So we're looking at a redux of droids.
Yeah, I saw that they were adding a third counterpoint to them. Although I didn't look into who that's going to be. Will it be?
That's going to be aggravating. But he does sell toys, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I can deal with BB-8. I hope it's not what's her face from Solo.
Oh God, Leet.
Yeah, Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Isn't she part of the spaceship now? Retroactively retconned.
She is, yeah.
Retconactively.
It depends when they said it. Let's see here.
And no idea on when that's supposed to be.
Check real quick here.
I do have the writer for the Obi-Wan series. It's Joby Harold, the person who wrote John Wick Parabellum.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's good.
Well, that's a movie then. That's not a...
No, it's a series.
No, that's a series. Yeah, only one of these. And again, I didn't do enough homework because where's the time? One of these is a movie. So the next Star Wars movie we're getting is... Let me go back to the cheat sheet here. Which one of these is a movie? It's...
Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, okay. That's right.
That's the one he was
That
so
is the one.
excited about.
Okay, let's get to it.
And I swear to God, if they don't bring in Michael Stackpole as a consultant, they are missing the hell out. Michael Stackpole wrote that. I think he wrote 5 of the novels that detailed Rogue Squadron's adventures after Return of the Jedi, and basically, the Rogue Squadron novels were the bandage between Jedi and the Thrawn trilogy, basically detailing how they were taking out like what was left of the Empire after the fall of Endor, which was a story that needed to be told. And he got us. Shit, when I first saw Star Wars, I was all about the fighter jockeys and learning all about the tech there. Rogue Squadron was some of the first novels I got into. They're the ones I've read a dozen times each. And I am really hyped for the idea of a Rogue Squadron movie. I've got that little bit of, I've got to insert that caution into the optimism because I know the track record right now. Mandalorian's earned back a lot of goodwill, and that gives me a lot more hope than I would normally have. I'm trying not to set myself up for a letdown. But again, I know this is being directed by Patty Walker, Wonder Woman.
Oh wait, is it? Sorry, this is the one with no, Wonder Woman. She's great. She's done a lot of good stuff, and let me look that up too. Sorry, this is Patty Jenkins, right?
Patty Jenkins, that's it. Yeah,
yeah. The first Wonder Woman.
The first Wonder Woman movie. I think the second one too, isn't she?
No, I think I could be wrong. I think she left actually last year. Look at the IMDb.
I know she was attached to it initially, but I'm not for certain now.
Oh, there we go. Yep, she is. Yeah, did you guys see the they did a promo video this afternoon, and her father was like an Air Force test pilot as well.
Cool.
Which, that's kind of, well, exactly, that's kind of rad. Like, she grew up in an Air Force base in California.
Okay,
and then
so
moved to film.
She's got some tarmac tread. Yeah,
exactly. That's a really cool. That's a good pedigree.
Okay. Cautiously optimistic a bit more. Yeah,
more so. What else?
Again, I think Stackpole would be absolutely critical to bring in as a consultant.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if like they go on the trend of like including EU successfully, the way I see that they've done in Mandalorian. Bring in Wedge, Hobby, Jansen, bring in these characters and let the script run wild. I'm fine with bringing Iden Versio in.
Yep, me too. Now, do those timelines fit? Can you put Versio with Wedge?
Yeah, absolutely. Wedge is the one who trained her in the X-Wing in the Battlefront game.
Okay.
So Rogue Squadron might even detail the Battle of Jakku.
Neat. Like, fuck, you get older, time starts to sort of slip by. Battlefront 2 was 3 years ago, not 2, right? The release?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I haven't touched it much since then. I dipped in last weekend, but that's about it.
Like, I got it 2 years ago, played the hell out of it for about 8 months, and then kind of faded away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So wait, so the writer...
Sniper rifle on Camino.
Yep. Who's writing this, though? Like the film? Or this is a TV series, like a weekly. That's...
No. The Rogue Squadron is a movie.
Okay. Huh. Let's see, writer... Well, this is Stackpole. So yes.
Who's writing the Rogue Squadron movie?
No, see, I got this wrong. Rogue Squadron movie writer. That's the novels.
We don't have a writer announced yet.
Correct.
Yeah, Stackpole wrote the books for the EU. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
We have no confirmed writer yet.
So I'm cautiously optimistic on this one too, and the logo is rad. All the
Yeah,
stuff
I like
is
the logo.
yeah, these are all really well done. Okay, cool.
I want to see Top Gun in Star Wars. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I think Patty Jenkins can probably do that for us actually.
And have like that the Cantina band playing some crazy version of Danger Zone.
Let's burn the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
I feel the need for speed.
Speed.
Oh God, what would a Cantina band Danger Zone sound like? I can't do it. It's too early. Let's hope they're listening. Let's hope they pull that off.
I'll see if Anthony's interested in trying to do a synth version of that.
So who's Anthony?
Dark If Comics. I'm on stream with him quite a bit with Piper and them.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's fun.
He
Is he a good composer guy?
Yeah, he does music for trailers for Comicsgate, and he runs on Monday nights. He does a I don't know if you call it a sing along. It's kind of a karaoke show, just a Monday night cool down, have fun.
Nice. Okay. I've been doing that for about 30 years myself. So you want to hit me up for some music anytime? Say hi.
Okay.
There's a new Robert Meyer Burnett show from 3 weeks back called Getting Physical Media. Have you guys caught that?
I want to say thank you for turning me on to him though, because I've seen 8 of his podcasts in the last week.
Oh sure, I really again I love this whole community. Rob's got a little bit of an older statesman, a little older than me, a little bit. Well, that doesn't matter. But he's been in the thick of things, and he does some really fun stuff with Heels Babyface. And I'm collaborating with him on a couple of things too. But he's just kind of he's a good chill out guy. There's a lot of and again, I worked on something with Josiah Rises in the last month. He's got one vibe, and he kind of fires you up and getting into things, and it's political. And Rob was just kind of like, hey man, let's just chill and love each other and love the stuff everybody's got their own brand. This is my this is like show 7 as the Extreme. I don't even know what my brand is yet, but guys after a year or two kind of just fall into it. But yeah, definitely Rob's a neat one. I'm gonna play you guys, not that you asked, a 15-second thing I did for Rob with Rob. It's a techno thing. Just only because it's still open. I think it'll run if I just switch windows. Oh, it is. Wow. Okay. Check this out. Techno 80s disco workout beat. Here we go. There you go. Just since we're talking music, we're doing scoring.
I like it. That's very cyberpunk. My next title after the first one I'm doing for Comicsgate is going to be called Technopocalypse. Very cyberpunk centered. I like the idea of something like that in the background for a trailer.
Okay. Yeah. In fact, let me do something fun here. I tripped out. It was late. And there's a middle piece of this where I just found there's one loop. I'm going to loop it. And then I sort of, the girl went to bed and I sort of just jammed out for like an hour, just riffing on the keyboard.
You're telling us you were composing on acid, which is awesome, really.
I've done that many times. I'll be very honest. Oh God, girl off camera just went. Here, check out this beat though, right? This groove. So I wrote this again just a few weeks ago. It's wait, wrong loop. Okay.
This is like a game show intro.
Kinda. But yeah, I started doing this when I was a teenager. I was writing techno, and I started playing guitar in bands with techno, and have somebody in there with loops. So yeah.
Yeah, that's
All right,
cyberpunk.
I changed my answer from the beginning. When you asked me who the believer was, the believer's the guy they kill. That's
Really?
the believer. Yeah, because think
Portman?
about it. Yeah, to believe, like he killed 10,000 people because he believes in the Empire. That's the believer.
That's interesting.
I get that.
Okay.
And yeah, the title of the show being used as a personal identifier usually means a guest, not necessarily the main one.
So I think he's the believer. That's where that's where I'm going to put my, like, just thinking about it and where the show kind of directs you. That's really where the show hits the emotional crescendo.
Okay.
And the whole idea of it is, why did you? Because what Bill Burr is asking is, why did you? What he's in that whole diatribe. What he's saying is, why did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
How could you do that? And he looks straight at him and he says, for the Empire.
Yep.
Faith in something bigger than himself. Yeah.
Sorry to interject. You know what I realized? Like, we've been doing these shows for the last 4 or 5 weeks. That it's been fun to get on, like basically be first, like, watch it and go live after half an hour, no thinking, from the hip, and then a day later I know everything and I realize whatever I said was wrong because I've absorbed some stuff from the internet. But hey, that's kind of part of it. Also fun to know that we've been getting some really decent views on replay right away. So I would think that whatever we say will sound kind of stupid in like 24 hours. That's part of it. That's part of the fun.
Like that. You have an argument with somebody, and then like the next day you're in the shower, and it's like, I should have said that.
Oh God! You ever been married?
I'm on my second.
I know. Yeah. It's like,
you guys talk about it like it's a recreational drug.
No, the first one.
I tried
the
that
first
shit in
one
the
I was
80s. Never
hard-
again.
yeah.
Never again.
No, the first one, looking back on it with hindsight, old man chatting at the clouds, knowledge that I was just way too young, way too immature at the time. Got married at 20 and made it last until I was 23.
Mm-hmm.
And then the girl I'm with now, that you met, Christy, I was together with, there was like a good year and a half break of me just being a down asshole for a while. Met her. We were together for 7 years before I popped the question because the first one was gun shied me so bad. Like, we had a kid that was 3 years old and I hadn't popped the question yet. But now we've been married about 13, 14. I know the date of the anniversary, at least. I just don't remember how long.
Okay, that's good. I just had an audio thing. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you switched to your webcam mic again.
Yeah, that started for about a week ago. We'll fix that. But in the meantime, yeah, dude,
Did Dee fall in the toilet? I mean, is she drowning? Maybe you should go check on her.
Dee is in the middle of
well manicured hands.
Do you want me to say goodnight, buddy?
So, well, hang on. So Dee is just moving out of her house of 19 years, which is a handful, and figuring out what to do with a couple of teenagers, handful. So yeah, she's a busy gal on the phone.
Oh, no problem. I just was like, did she get tired of this? Is that what happened?
Yeah, she said, she's like, Buddy's boring tonight. I know. Okay, you better come speak. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, you weren't supposed to repeat that, X. What?
X.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. The heck, man? You're gonna hurt my feelings.
Secret.
So who here is not busy? Raise your hand, because it wouldn't be me or. Come on, you're not busy, really? Okay. Fair enough.
You mean like in life in general? Hell yeah, I am. I'm on 3 projects right now, but
Exactly. Yeah, same here. Across the board. So, texting, stuff. Yeah. I know, Dee, are you coming to say goodnight?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, no.
I didn't want to be neglectful.
No, text,
I'm neglecting.
your Insta, post your brownie.
she's actively neglecting.
Okay. Yeah, Dee's like sewing brownie uniforms as we speak.
I thought she already had that.
I thought she was going to
I
put
thought
one
she was
on
gonna
for
wear
us.
it tonight.
I'm disappointed.
I know, me too. And in fact, she can speak to that because I think she's coming back.
But I guess like she is the packing her life away. So
Yes.
Yeah.
All kidding aside, the marriages do come and go occasionally as you get, as decades go by. You got to make sure you just stick with the right person, the right thing.
you ever listen to
Yes.
a divorce lawyer talk? It sounds like they're giving a eulogy.
I can see that. Mhm.
They basically like the way that they're speaking is that, and I don't know. I've talked to friends who've been divorced, and they kind of say the same thing, that it's like a death in the family.
Oh, a little bit. When you get married, like serious married, not young, immature, stupid married, when you get serious married, it becomes less of like you being two separate people and you are kind of one entity that goes through life together.
Mhm.
And something happens that drives a rift in that, and divorce happens. It's very much a loss.
It's kind of like, I don't know, like X and I were talking about. We always have the most interesting, like meta Bayesian weird conversations in the morning, but there would be great radio. And one of the things I was talking about the other day, I was like, I think that being happy is a skill that Tibet and other countries, they practice like emotional awareness as a standard educational doctrine, right? And I think it's because they realize it's not a binary zero sum game; it's a skill that you've got to cultivate. But there's some people that do that easily, because I mean, just like any skill, some people do it better than others, right?
Yep.
But I think it's the kind of thing that everybody has to work on, or it falls into disrepair. And what I was getting at though with that, as far as like marriage and everything, is sometimes like, some people just don't do certain skills very well. Like I understand when people want to make me laugh or do different kind of things. I just don't get it. Like I don't feel it. You know what I mean? So when I meet like a girl, for me, the sexiest thing a girl can do is have fun and be kind of goofy. And that makes my heart jump. That makes me like, I'm like, whoa, I get connected to that person because I can't do that. And if I can share that through them, that's like the greatest thing that they could ever give me.
And it's cuz that's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll fix it.
And so I say,
it looks like my audio went out too.
Huh?
It's because I think, and it's fine.
Who
Watching
after
this
me?
is just making fun of us right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying that,
The Kill Garage
I think
Band.
that's what a real like,
And this is
soulmate
good, 'cause
is.
me and
Is
Buddy
somebody.
talk about this. Sometimes our best stuff is.
Does he know he's talking?
I don't know. He's just bulldozing
fix
right
it.
over the top.
Check.
This meaningful, deep, emotional conversation we're having.
Okay.
It's fine. That's what happens, man. But
But
I was just saying
that,
someone who sees what I,
Okay.
someone who sees what I can't see and feels what I
This
can't
is great.
feel,
Huh.
but is there to walk with me on that dark road together. I mean, that's as good as
A
you can get.
counterpart to you, yes.
Oh, but our audio went out too.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it didn't.
It didn't. We heard you the whole time.
And
G wants to grab
Yeah,
what?
Yeah, they're totally laughing at us.
I know. It's just,
Oh, they can't hear us.
they're right.
Here,
Oh,
I'll
I
write a
guess they
note.
can't.
Just right like tech difficulties. Yeah.
They know.
We're reinitializing drivers.
This is
Wow.
long.
Right, and we're like being we're over here having it. See, but that's like he and I have these kind of conversations all the time,
Reinitializing drivers.
and that's good
With a
radio.
Sharpie. No, that's the only way you could say it.
What?
Yeah, a counterpart that can do.
I can't see another way to
stuff.
say
You're
it.
gonna say one moment,
I learned
please.
early in my life that
Yeah,
like
please
I
stand
had
by.
to start seeing the
Yes, please stand
absurdity in
by.
a lot of stuff because like my family's really serious. They're
Oh, this is no fun because I can't hear them either.
We could be saying all kinds of things. Oh, here where it's just
you just jump straight out now.
it's like screw those guys. That damn
Give up.
dinosaur and that academic guy, that Star Wars academic, F them. So, anyways, yeah. But yeah, I think that like you said, like a true counterpart is, but that's difficult to find, and I think it's difficult to know. You have to know yourself to know what that is.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's why I said like the first time I was married, it was an immaturity factor because I didn't really know myself. kind of what happened there. It wasn't a shotgun wedding, but like she was pregnant, and I felt I had to do the right thing. You know
It's an honor wedding.
Yeah, it really was. And we did get along really well at the time, and it just became really apparent over the course of like 2 years that this isn't something that's going to be really long term.
Yeah, there's a friend of mine that I only know her through Twitter, but she's just moving in with her boyfriend, and it's that she's had medical problems all her life, so it's the first time she's ever been, I think, with someone outside of her family. And I was just thinking, like, that's going to be, even if he spent the night a lot because your parents are lenient or whatever, that's totally different.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big emotional draw on him, and you know, it's got to be make sure he's ready for that kind of thing.
Right. That's when you find out like all the things you hate about each other.
Yeah. There comes a point though, it's like the guys are all down to their lizard brain at some point, and a guy will say anything for that steady, you know.
Whoa. What are you saying here, buddy? What are you saying?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I know you've broken a few young raptors' hearts, and there's probably some nests around that you could lay claim to, but no. A guy will say, "Oh yeah, I'm down for this. I'm ready. you know," and then within 2 months, be like, "Oh man, what was I thinking?"
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean, well, there have been, you know, now it's pretty common for women to do the same thing, really, to kind of get into a relationship, and then for whatever reason, you know, you're not providing for them in whatever specific way, or if they settled and then someone better comes along.
Everybody's got that Facebook female friend who every 6 months goes on a tirade about how terrible men are. And then like 6 months later, oh, I just met my soulmate, the love of my life. And it's the same chicken. And just over the course of like 7-8 years, you just mute them because.
Hey.
Hi, Kitty.
Hey.
Are we back? I'm trying to fix things.
Trying to bite the cat, you know?
The conversation is not boring. It's just,
awesome.
It's an early morning kitty.
Okay, we're back.
They're back.
Nice. I think it was actually running the
You're
audio.
still through the webcam audio.
Really? Okay, one sec. God, gosh darn
Amateur show here. What?
I know.
What the hell?
We say boomer around here.
Dude, it's like 5:30 in the morning.
That's no excuse.
What's up?
Even as old as like X and I are, we're not technically boomers. We're Gen X.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, man.
I think I'm running just too many things at the same time. All right. Let's see. Do we have some?
You're still coming through your webcam.
I don't know. I got like mini screens to get through here, and then
he's like, he's all disappointed every time we tell him that.
Close application. Close application. Close application. How's that?
It's like he's a, reminds me of the Deep Blue, where she's giving the big speech about, why she did what she did, and she talks about her father taking like the news that his wife was dead because he had Alzheimer's and he kept forgetting, like a train wreck every day. It's sort of like that. Like we have to keep telling him, "I'm sorry, but it's still coming through your."
Okay, do we have some depth yet?
That's your snowball, yeah.
Here you go. This, you see?
Yay!
Yeah. Oh gosh, and this is so fun because I lost my audio monitors as well.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dee's like, what? We're talking divorces? I'm like, well, you wouldn't know about that. or kids, or
what's a or kids or
Yes, I've been busy packing up like a life, and so I'm a little exhausted. It's been like over 20 hours since I've been awake. I love you guys. This is fantastic. Enjoying you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got like another week of pacing myself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So spend all your spare time on YouTube.
Pacing herself.
No,
That's what I like. She's like a pacing.
Well, she chose us over sleep, so I kind of feel good about that.
Thank you. Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Well said. Me too. Thank you.
Yeah, you could sleep when you're dead.
That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm. That's how we're gonna fire up.
You probably should.
Yes.
Before that, but
Cat naps. I'll have cat naps. Cat naps are fantastic.
Well, that should make Miso happy, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
she's fantastic to snuggle with.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she is.
Did she sleep with you?
She snuggles for sure.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Like I gotta say, and to everybody listening, you lurkers and whatnot. Like I'm looking at my screen over here. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Right?
There's like a skulking dinosaur flashing his teeth. There's like a handsome dude with like a TIE fighter bay behind. That's
Yeah.
bananas.
Yes.
And then like two tired looking people. It's like, what else would you rather be doing?
No, but where's our backdrop? It's fantastic.
Yeah. That's a good
I
hat.
thought that was like a Deadpool mask there for a second.
Oh the hat? No.
Yeah, because if you know, yeah, right there. See,
Dude, that is so cool,
Oh my gosh, I didn't notice that.
right?
That
That's
is
like
so
I
the-
don't know where I got that. But
yeah, I thought that was like a Banana Republic
my
hat
next
for a minute.
But even funnier, hang on, hold up a sec. But you've also got, you're like one of these guys who's got like cool hair. Don't you have like a widow's peak?
Yeah.
Let's see that.
Yeah.
You got like a rad
No,
widow's peak.
your hairline. Michael, dude. Your hairline.
honestly,
Yeah.
my hair looks good because I have hat hair. If I just let this go, it does this weird kind of like Wolverine as drawn by the dude that did Preacher, Garth Ennis.
I was going to say,
Just
like, you,
this weird little
like-
spikes just right here. Just
That sounds rad.
And you tatted up. What, you have a sleeve?
Yeah.
oh yeah, full
That's
sleeve.
sweet.
Not awesome showing it though because it was never finished back when I did it, and I've just been too lazy to go see the artist.
I hear ya.
Okay.
That and this time around, I'd be paying for it. I was apprenticing under him at the time I got this, so he was just like, "Yeah, there's no clients today. I'm bored. Get in the chair."
Nice. So this is where
I
show.
wonder if that works with like dentists. You know, I hope it doesn't work with gynecologists. That'd be really weird.
Oh, dude, that'd be terrible.
I'm no gynecologist, but I'll take a look.
This arm.
He's like, I don't like where this is going.
Actually,
So we get into tattoo talk.
Yeah,
So
tattoo.
on the extreme. So this arm is this needs fixing or finishing. That's a skeleton. Well, it's Social Distortion, my favorite probably band. And I don't know, you can help me out here.
Yeah.
So it's a skeleton with a top hat
it's
and a
upside down,
martini.
you still must stand up.
I know I don't. How do I make that better?
You need to stand up.
But
That's
definitely like-
bam.
All right. So is Dee gonna show her tattoos now?
Nope.
Oh God, no!
Nope. Not so.
I don't want to lose my
No.
my
We
new.
gotta, we gotta get her some like fire whiskey or something. No, I was kidding.
We should.
I was going to say, are you even monetized yet? Because there's no chance of losing that if you're not.
No, not at all. I mean, I haven't asked for subs or whatever. I got a retweet. I want to say thank you if you guys check it out. Ryan Keinel and Josiah did a retweet, and I was like, because I'm in lockdown. In fact, dude, you're the one who commented on my tweet yesterday. I've got 4 weeks at the least. I got 4 weeks to do nothing but this. Oh,
Lucky you guys. Woohoo.
and a girl. I got nothing
Yeah,
to do.
locked down with me.
Oh no!
Oh, no,
That sounds like
yeah, whatever
a
will
great.
we
That sounds like a great title.
do. Yeah, it's good, man. Yeah,
Lockdown with D.
Yeah.
Just
I was
exit
just
D.
going to say, "Lockdown with
No,
a
no.
Girl." I'm pretty sure is a title of several videos you can find online.
La, 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 la. No, thank you.
Yeah.
That's as far as I'm going with that innuendo. You get it.
no, we're all middle-aged married fellas.
It's like a prison escapee kind of porn parody there. Yeah.
But yeah, this will get us like through to the new year and then some, right?
Mhm.
So we should keep doing this and tattoos, or well, this is all about Star Wars, really.
Or the stick and poke.
Oh God, okay, you have the floor.
Okay, are we going back to the porn parody? What is that?
No. Y'all
Wait,
ever-
what?
She's like, we could do the stick and poke, and I'm like, are we going back to the porn parody? What's going on here?
You haven't heard of stick and poke.
No, you're
I've heard
Really?
of it, but never labeled like that.
I mean, I've heard of the old In and Out. You know, that was in
Yeah.
No. Oh my gosh, gentlemen. No. It's
do
the
tell.
new way.
Clockwork Orange. You know,
It's the new tattoo style. So it's not necessarily, like the gel thing. Yeah, you just get the needle and the ink and you do like, I don't know, my 16-year-old daughter's all over that. So yeah.
Wait, Jill.
stick and poke. They're okay. Are you
I
telling
know.
me that your
Needles and
16-year-old
ink.
daughters are
No,
using?
it's called stick and poke
Mhm.
style of tattooing.
Okay, sounds like just the
Oh, yeah,
basic.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's an upgrade of
Just
the
jailhouse tattoos.
yeah
Yeah,
tattoos.
I was about to say, like your 16-year-olds are doing a poor
That's still what
facsimile of
tattoo-
jailhouse tattoos.
That's still what
No.
tattoo artists call scratching.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. It's not scratching though, but yes, it's a new fangled way of doing, I guess, scratching. I guess I don't know.
But are you
anything
telling me
about
your daughter's doing jailhouse tattoos on her friends or herself?
both?
She has tattoos.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Lord.
stick and poke.
Those who tattoo self have fool for client.
Like ours.
Wow, these are really bad.
No, they're
Hmm.
actually really cute. She's fantastic. She's
Huh.
No, I'm just seeing what other people have done to themselves, and I'm like, why would you do this?
because it's fun. I don't know.
This is like my
Well,
favorite. This
This
is my
is-
I used
favorite
to be kind of
YouTube.
a self-harm guy, but
Yeah,
now
I
that
mean,
I
I
carve
like it
stuff
can
into my
release
arm.
endorphins, but there are better ways.
Mhm.
You know, you can release endorphins doing yoga. I mean, I'm just saying.
Mhm.
Endorphins, it's I don't know. All the tattoo shops are closed down, and
Does she have to have a tattoo? It's going to kill her if she doesn't get one. I don't know.
gosh, I have to. Anyways, tattoos aren't
If
for
that was
everyone.
my kid, I'd look him square in the eye and go, "Can't you do something normal like masturbate?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
and get a tattoo.
And
I'm looking at the stick and poke set. Yes, there is a set.
yes,
There's a
The
okay. I'm looking
hand-
this up because
Yeah.
Hand, poke, and stick tattoo kit.
yeah, it's all the rage right now.
It's like an eye bolt with a needle at the end.
Yep,
A cup of ink.
yep.
They attach it to a stick, it looks like, to be able to grip it. Some gloves.
Well, you can
There's
just
razors to shave their skin. This is hilarious.
Mhm.
This is literally like This is literally like a
Available at
jailhouse.
Walmart?
that's what I was saying, but that's the thing right now. So
Why would you do this, Jesus?
Wait, so Mike, you told me
Why would you be replicating something they do when they're incarcerated and
Well,
can't do anything else?
no, it's more cost effective.
well, it's free. It's badass. I'm
It's not free. You still have to pay,
well,
but yeah,
but I'm not judging. It sounds
Yeah.
kind of cool.
it is actually kind of cool.
Cool.
I'm
It's-
judging as hell.
Are you
Well, he's a tattoo artist, so
Yeah.
formerly known as a tattoo?
So wait, so Mike, you do
are they cauterizing these needles? Because they're just metal.
dude, it's called an immune system. It's
Yes.
fine.
Thank you.
Well, they should show pre-sterilized packaging and non-reusable.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you're right. They do. They have them in these like
Yes.
kind of like sealed packages.
Yeah, it's a single needle and its brace put together into a oversized pen dock, and
I mean, it looks like a tongue depressor with tape.
This before, Michael? Is this new?
I've been out of the tattoo game for a while, so I haven't seen
Okay,
the
so
new
this
stuff.
is
Like,
the latest and greatest thing for the last couple of years, and so
I mean, it looks like what the guy in Memento did to himself.
you can't
Right.
do. Oh gosh, but no, you can't. They're so little, like they're really teeny little tattoos, if you can call them tattoos.
Aw.
No, but he does. He tattoos like little rules on himself. Like, don't forget the pen.
And they, yeah.
Don't
So it's
drop the
kill
soap.
him.
So Mike, let me.
Anyways,
So
Put
Mike,
the lotion back in the basket.
oh my, oh gosh.
so you've done you actually have done guns on other people?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay. I
and
didn't know
use
that.
a single needle to apply a tattoo would take forever.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
they're just teeny little. You're lucky if you get like an emoji face
Hmm.
out of this kind of experience. So it's all fun and games.
So I got one good one because now it's tattoo talk on the X stream here.
Only one.
This is
This is great.
this is pretty good. This is my whole wrist, and I got this done, and it was like I was tearing. I got this done by
Is that your son?
yeah. But so what's that show is called Inked. So the guy, it's
I'm
Aw,
gonna get you
look,
that.
the wife's
It's
back.
cute.
that is so cute.
Oh,
The
hey.
wife's back.
Right? I'm working too loud right now.
I know.
And the wife came back the very
Very
next
next
day. He thought he was a god, but the wife came back.
The dino's a dick. Don't worry about him.
Buddy the dinosaur is singing to you. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's time for work. Oh yes, it's 5:45 our time. So yes.
I know, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I should be doing work.
So should I.
I think it's
Okay.
funny that we got 5 minutes into doing the show and haven't been back since.
So it's Christy. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm okay. How are you?
Actually, really well. It's been a really fun, fun people, fun night of
Yeah.
this. So yeah,
Not too much silliness.
I haven't met Christy, so Christy must have been here last time when you guys had the 7-hour show.
I know.
I have no idea what you're talking about, buddy. That sounds crazy. Who would do that?
It was 7 minutes. 7 hours, 38 minutes.
The 3-hour tour. That was 7 hours. The 3.
And Buddy's the dinosaur.
So Christy, do you have purple hair, or is that like purple lights in your
I do.
high hanger bay?
Purple? You got violet going on. Oh,
Fuck it.
fantastic.
Pardon my language.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, that's good.
Yes. And
That's like full on manic panic, man.
you.
No, I use Manic Panic. She uses Splat.
Oh my gosh, love it.
I'm gonna back out for a second. Let the girls talk.
Are you?
Well, sure.
Okay, Buddy.
What are the girls going to talk about?
I don't know. What do girls talk about?
I don't know.
What? Well, you don't talk in front of the boys. I don't know.
I don't know.
What do you want to talk about? Really?
Don't
I
talk
went
about-
off to bed. I was going to bed, and they're like, "Oh, Dee didn't say goodnight." So I'm like, "Okay."
Well, he said she was in the bathroom. I'm like, what happened? Did she
No.
drown? Did she
Right?
fall in
We-
the
we thought
toilet?
you
She's
died.
still there? Maybe you should go check on her.
I don't know, man. Like girls do stuff at bedtime that guys don't understand. Like at bedtime, I pee maybe, and then I go. Girls,
You get out of the bed to do this, right?
yeah, but girls do
Good point.
Sometimes.
usually.
You find out you find out X has got a water bed. He just fills it up every night.
No. Well, good.
Gotta warm it somehow. It's cold out here,
That
baby.
is one hell of a bath bomb you got brewing there.
Dude, I'm in Canada right now, and like we're in Canada right now.
Yeah.
Fuck
It's-
that.
Yeah.
It's well, whatever.
Yeah. And we can't travel anywhere right now, so
Oh God, I wanted to take the show there a little bit later, or earlier. We can't have friends over. We can't do.
we're oh,
And-
But
I'm
you
only-
can have like D&D level cohorts.
right?
Um,
Cohorts? No.
so you can have two
Two.
registered cohorts for the next 4 weeks.
Anybody who knows Dungeons and Dragons knows you can have cohorts at level 9. So
Like,
these are
Yeah,
we have
Hey, when you get the
level
Lord
9
title at level
adventurers
9,
here.
yeah.
Not from the original in the beginning, like in March or April when this first happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's I don't want to get into details, but I can have you over and one other person,
And that's it.
and that's awkward. That's
I think like I think X
Well,
is
that's
the
what
rogue.
her choose who it is.
I think X is a rogue and D is a bard.
okay.
What?
He's,
All right. Well, I actually have to go, but thank you
Go
guys.
to work.
And we'll talk to you later.
Bye, Christy. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Talk to you guys next time, okay?
She's dressed for work. Got to go run the bakery.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yummy.
We're gonna like drink on YouTube, and you got to go
I'm gonna go to sleep.
work hard. Aw.
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 All right, now get the hell out of my office. Got to reassert here. Yeah.
Oh.
So
As she checks it, she's like, "What?"
Oh, I talk shit to her like that all the time. She knows it's all tongue in cheek.
Absolutely.
What's funny is when we do it in public in front of other people just to see their reactions, because
Mhm.
she can be just as much of a troll as me about that.
Oh no, she came over there. She was owning her space.
oh no,
It's
she
all
wins
good.
the whole space.
Yeah, she does win the whole space. I mean,
And-
my God, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
Like-
hello.
that's a fist bump there. That's
Yeah, thank you.
cute girl, and she's owning like purple hair. That's
And
pretty
the
rad.
red lipstick,
Yeah, definitely.
gorgeous. And she puts up with you and your shenanigans. My God.
That's the wrong SH
She
word.
joins me in my shenanigans half the time.
Ooh,
Yeah.
well, we'll have to.
That
do-
was a
Off
little bit of
camera.
projection there, X. Just telling you, bud.
You're totally right.
Off
Yeah.
camera.
Nice.
Why am I getting updates from Bancroft?
What's up with Bancroft?
I
He's
was
probably
getting an update
awake.
from his campaign.
He's what?
Are we gonna take a quick picture and I'll go to bed?
I was getting updates from his campaign. I'm on the mailing list for Lucent.
Okay. Love that book. By the way, that's love the book, like the guy. I'm joking. We did a photo shoot. We did a photo shoot about a week or so ago.
You're joking, so you don't love it?
No, I think actually everything about Lucent looks really rad to me. Like that's full stop. But
Except the hands.
what I say, the book is gorgeous. The guy is gorgeous, sir. How's that?
Gorgeous,
I mean,
sir.
That's subjective, I guess, but sure.
Mike is he's a pretty fellow, and every time I text him his chat, he's like, "Oh, we've got Xevious with the sultry, sexy."
Oh gosh.
Even you,
He has a huge
Right?
crush on.
like Mike's got a thing for me. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, don't want to spread rumor. I mean, it's possible.
He actually
You
called me
know,
out for getting shit in chat.
If he
last night.
wasn't if he wasn't taken, by his wife and like
Mike,
two
yeah,
or
exactly.
three
Yeah.
down under younglings, then I'm sure he would look your way more often.
Michael Bancroft is married, as far as I know, to a beautiful lady. Obviously, has a few kids. I'm
We've
married.
never seen her. I think it's a lie.
I also have a girlfriend, not my wife, but they don't know each other yet. Hopefully
Yet.
they don't. And I have lots of kids. But Michael just coos about my voice.
Yes, it's so cute.
Who knows why?
I love it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just talk.
You guys.
There's Xevious with the voice again.
Exactly.
Right? He's probably like gets angry because everybody else he's always had a sexy voice, and then you come in and you're the sexy voice, so he's like, "Fucker."
I don't know. I got to say, and I can put it to the girl, but as a stream this last couple hours, this is three men with nice voices, if I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
Buddy's got a bit of a twang. It's a bit. Are you tenor? Are you like I guess I'm a bass.
I'm a baritone.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm a higher baritone as my octave level because I can't get up to like Pavarotti levels,
No.
but I can get to like low level boy pop levels.
Yeah.
I love the serious talks. Okay, Michael, what about you? Have you called?
Before smoking completely destroyed my vocal cords, and I have a scarred larynx because of it. Before all that, I had a 5-octave range.
Mhm.
Wow.
I could keep up with Johnny Cash all the way to Steve Perry. I
Wow.
can falsetto to Mariah Carey if I had to at the time.
Damn.
That's a pretty ridiculous range.
Yes.
Yep. 5's good.
Oh yeah, I could feel my nuts trying to crawl back inside of me on every one of those notes. That's
What's that one that what's that one that Steve Perry's like the one that like a high voice singer will do to prove he is a high voice singer? The Dream On. Isn't it Dream On? Dream
that's
On.
Aerosmith.
That's
Aerosmith? Yeah. Oh, sorry, that one.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna shot in the dark. Don't stop believing.
Oh.
Don't Stop Believing was a big popular one that I did for karaoke. Everybody's like, do Journey, do Journey. And it was never like any other song. It was just that one.
That's cool. So I've had a pretty decent range. I set pretty low, and the high stuff is only if I crack it right up to like a Prince, and I'm kind of just kidding when I do that. So I'll do that in karaoke, but no training, no idea what I'm doing.
And I applaud. I'll just you guys are fantastic. Everybody needs an audience.
I used to be able to read music. I can't anymore. That's one of those skills you got to keep up or else you lose.
Oh yeah, that's another one of the things that'll fall into disrepair. I know mine has. I played saxophone for a while, and I also sang. I did. I've told you guys before. I sang in those sort of theme-based shows that they would have in different kind of amusement parks, where they'd have the '60s show, and so you dress up in with this very specific decorum and go out there. I remember one time being in Opryland, and I went out there and there was a girl with a poodle skirt, and she had transformed, from a different kind of a different kind of wear, and she went out there with a poodle skirt and it didn't come on, so it was coming off. So I improvised and I grabbed her and spun her around to wrap it back around her. And she was like, "Oh, thank you."
That sounds like a movie. Okay,
Yeah.
gentlemen, this is fantastic. Mwah.
You gotta go.
Love you. I gotta go to sleep. Seriously.
Just like you gotta go make me a sandwich for a long time.
I already did make you a
I'm kidding,
sandwich.
you did. And then last night you bought me one,
Right?
right?
And I picked a really good one.
Okay, beat it.
It's always fantastic.
Sleep well.
Okay, good night.
Can you fill up my coffee?
Take care,
Good
Dee.
night, Dee.
Fill up your coffee.
Okay.
Can
You should fill up his coffee with like not coffee.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, on a funny note, Christy actually did make a sandwich for me and put it in the fridge in a Ziploc bag right before to come on stream. Made sure I had something to eat at like 1 a.m.
Oh,
Dude, that's awesome. Okay, tell us about the sandwich.
Oh, it was basic bitch shit, yo. It was it was Lando Lake's deli meat turkey on bread with Miracle Whip, you know.
Oh yeah,
hey,
yeah. No,
hey, man, that's a miracle.
no. It's about the it's the intentions.
What the love?
Like a PBJ on Wonder Bread. Pff, done. I love you. A glass of milk on the side.
I love you
Like,
long
I'm a
time.
full boy. I buy store brand white bread, you know.
Hey, man, peanut butter and peanut butter sandwich with milk on the side. You're like Eric Salwell and Fang Fang. Oh,
No, that's nice.
I accused wise guys of being a Chinese spy Wednesday night.
me love you long time. Okay, all right, boys and girls. I have to jet, so it's been good, but I need to work and get to the bank.
Cool, man. Thank you for coming on. We'll talk a little later. We got stuff to do.
Sure thing, man.
Okay.
Peace out.
Take care,
Peace
Dino.
out, bro. Okay, cheers.
Are we doing outros? Are we ending, or are we continuing on? Your call. This is your channel, bub.
Hey, a sec. The missus said something. She wanted to talk. You're going to bed, right?
I'm going to bed, but you guys can talk privately.
Okay, yeah, we can sign out. Let's do outros though. I haven't done this as much as I should. I got some good shout outs today. Let's start with you, where we can find you, what you're doing.
You can find me. This is my Twitter tag right here at High Desert Comics, X on the end of it.
Yep.
I do have a website going on, early stuff for the project I'm working on called Inferno, which is an acronym because that was all the rage in the 90s. And that's when I initially came up with this idea. And I'm now finally starting to put it all to paper.
Mhm.
And the early stuff for that can be found here. Spelled correctly.
Nice.
Yeah, Twitter, the website. Yeah, the Inferno is an acronym. International Frontline Emergency Response and Neutralization Operations.
Holy cow, that's a long acronym, but
It took me a month to come up with that and make it sound right. Yeah.
okay. Well done. Okay. Check out this guy. I just met him a few weeks ago. He's the bomb, and these shows are good. Come back here. Back to me. I'm Xevious on every platform. Google, Instagram, Twitter. I try to put out good art at least once a day. And this show, we're kind of just starting to launch it into this week to the next week, and then we'll see how it goes over the holidays. And in lockdown, but we won't disappoint. So anybody who watches this, I appreciate it. Say hi on Twitter.
I'm sorry. Really quick interjection. Really good news. Way to go, Comicsgate. Brick-a-Brack 2 did get funded. It was looking hairy there for a minute, but Ryan got what he needed. Brick-a-Brack 2 will be coming out.
Mr. Hawk, not Hack. Yes. We had a really good 2-hour conversation 6 odd months ago. Good guy. And I love the look of the book. Oh God, that wasn't supposed to rhyme, but
yeah, I got the first one. The colors are just like fantastic. The story's original. It's great.
Yep. Agreed. And the guy's got passion, and we got to do more of this, whether it's tattoos or Star Wars or making fun of. No, it's a positive thing. But come back anytime, and we're going to log out here. But have a great weekend, guys, and we'll probably see you definitely the Saturday night.
Definitely.
Oh, shit. Saturday night, as discussed. Girl Scout uniforms, check.
No.
Yes, you promised.
Shows.
You promised.
You promised.
Said at 100 shows I would.
100. Oh, fuck. We got 100. Okay. Maybe not this
No,
weekend.
the 100 shows was Princess Leia's slave outfit.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Oh, come on.
agree to that.
Dude, I record all this.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch it.
We have heels this weekend.
We do.
Okay, fine. We have
We
heels.
have rental units and dinner.
Oh, God. I'm hosting my parents this weekend. Sorry, tomorrow night.
And I get the
Tonight. Shit, my parents are coming for dinner tonight.
Yes.
Okay. And gin popsicles.
Yes. Oh my God, lightsaber gin pop.
Yeah, lightsaber gin popsicles.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. I'll leave that as the teaser. I'll see everybody who watches this on replay in 16 hours. Okay. We're out.
All right. Good night, all.
Stick around, man.